stream at WPKYonline.com. And so long right now for Coach Barnes and for myself. Let's get ready for football.
Hi, Caldwell County. I'm Allie Coleman with First Southern National Bank, and I'm ready to service your next loan. Whether you're wanting to build your first home, buy an investment property, or add square footage for your growing family, we can tailor a solution just for you. Stop by my office at 101 West Washington Street in Princeton, or give me a call at 270-365-3545 to apply today. First Southern National Bank, Equal Housing Lender, Federal Registry 409424, NMLS 1002990.
It's time for the McGregor Group pregame show on 1580 103.3 WPKY, your home for Tiger Sports.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Mayfield, Kentucky. It's the final regular season game for the Caldwell County Tigers as the 7-2 Tigers take on the 9-0 Mayfield Cardinals. Dennis Stevens here along with Bob Hayes and John Miller. And Bob, this could be a good game tonight. Mayfield's coming in undefeated, the number 1 ranked team in Class 2A. Caldwell County 7-2 on the season, the number 5 team in 3A. So it's going to be a tough matchup the week before the playoffs start.
And that's something that year in and year out has been what we do with our last game of the season, is to play a really, really tough football team. Some years we've played well. 10 out of the last 10 years we've been successful about 3 times against Mayfield, so it's not. Certainly Mayfield will be favored tonight, probably 15 to 20 points. Senior night is being held tonight, so maybe that's a distraction for the Cardinals. But the Tigers, having a bye week to kind of get healthy again and pick back up as far as the motion of their football team, how they've turned a disappointing start around, reeling off 6 wins in a row. So it is a good football game, and I expect us to come out and play well tonight, Dennis.
And I would take any distraction we can get, but I think they moved senior night to next week because the band's gone to state up at Lexington. So.
Well, I knew I hadn't seen a lot of signs around, except those seniors posted on the wall over across the field from us. But yeah, so maybe that we'll just can't use a distraction tonight as if Mayfield comes out and lays an egg.
Well, hopefully we can make up for that in other areas. We want to welcome everybody to the McGregor Group Heating and Air pregame show. Our pregame show is brought to you by Javen McGregor at McGregor Group Heating and Air, where they can take care of all of your heating and air conditioning needs, including new installations, construction, replacements, repairs, and maintenance. They offer high-quality products with a highly qualified staff, and you can visit them at 960 Varmint Trace Road or call 270-896-5044 today. That's the McGregor Group Heating and Air, and we appreciate Javen and his company for sponsoring our pregame show all season long here on WPKY. As we said, Mayfield's going to come into tonight one of 2 teams still undefeated in Class 2A, and the other being Christian Academy of Louisville, always a tough team there, but Mayfield 9-0 on the season. And from what some people say, Bob, this is probably one of the better teams in the last 10 years, especially the offensive side of the football for Mayfield, as they've scored 155 points in their last 3 ball games.
The offensive side has been where it's happened so far this year for Mayfield. Mayfield, several years back, gave up the wishbone to go to the spread formation. Took a couple years to get that implemented. Not a lot of people were happy about that in Mayfield, but it definitely is the type of offense that can get the ball in the air, get the running back if you've got a good running back, and Mayfield has one this year in Kent Trey Matthews. They also have a great quarterback in Jaden Stinson, and capable receivers across the board. 4 receivers averaging 20 receptions a year or for the year. And it's just an all-around good football team. The only question mark Mayfield had this year coming into the season was they lose 4 of their 5 starting offensive linemen last year, but they've been able to successfully reload and plug 4 more guys in there, and the coaching staff in Mayfield has been real pleased with the results, and their 9-0 mark attests to that. The other thing Coach Barnes mentioned, Tillman gave them a really hard game for the first half when they played Tillman earlier this year, and Tillman, big, physical, strong, good running attack, but finally Tillman wore down with Mayfield's ability. Mayfield only plays maybe two, sometimes only one kid both ways, so they're well rested when they come out onto the field to play defense or offense. They're not gassed or worn out. We have definitely it's going to be a great test for us tonight, and for us to be able to play well tonight will, I think, help us immensely in the playoff run that we start next week.
And that will be against Edmonson County. That will be at Tiger Stadium next Friday night, so hopefully everybody can make it out to that one. We're looking forward to that as the playoffs get underway. If Caldwell takes care of business on the game against Edmonson County, they'll be at home again the following week and could conceivably play 3 in a row if Paducah Tillman could do us a favor and knock off Elizabethtown and keep us from having to make that drive to E-Town that we've made a couple of times since we've been doing this. But tonight, Bob, it's not to. We don't want this pregame show to sound like a funeral march for Caldwell County at all, because it's not. Caldwell County's got a good team this year, 7-2, 6 in a row in the win column for the Tigers. They're coming in scoring some points. Joby Jaggers is having another phenomenal season. I think I checked his stats today, and right now with one game still left to play, his season total in passing yards is number 8 all time for the Tigers, and he has number 7 also. So the kid's playing some good ball. He's got some good receivers to go out with him. Nobody's playing better, I don't think, than a couple of guys, Travis Newsom and Oliver Parker. And you mentioned in the Coach Barnes show, Oliver able to sign that or commit to Western Kentucky University as a preferred walk-on. And Travis Newsom, that kid's made some catches the last few weeks that's just unbelievable in traffic.
He's really an outstanding receiver, a little short in stature, but the heart of a lion, and makes the tough catches and things like that. And you're right, Dennis, this is not a funeral march, so to speak. We match up pretty well with Tillman, maybe not as much at the running back, but generally pretty well across the board. We have some weapons they have to defend against tonight, and if Joby can get line protection, Joby has been tried and true that he can hit the open receiver, even checking down to his secondary and third type of receiver, and occasionally we can gash you with the long run with either De'Eric or Jameer, but and then as David mentioned earlier on the pregame, the Mayfield's given up 2 kickoff returns this year, so we have the ability to do that as well. So if we are with them in the fourth quarter, I think it's any team's game.
Yeah, that's something we've got to play a consistent game tonight. We've got to play all areas. Mayfield is going to come into tonight. Usually Caldwell County, when we have an opponent, we worry about what we do best and let the opponent worry about what we do best, and we don't really dictate anything by the other team. Mayfield is at a different level because they have weapons at every position. They can throw the ball. The quarterback Stinson's having a great season, 93 out of 144 for over 2,000 yards passing this year. But if you focus on that, they've got a running back that'll run and hit a hole and be gone before you can turn your head and see him flashing by you. So we can't key on any one thing. We've got to be very good tonight at everything.
Well, and on defense, our linebackers really have to have a strong game, as we noted against Tillman, as we noted against Henderson County. But Mayfield is a much, much better passing team than either of those two, and we could key on the running game against those two opponents. But tonight, our linebackers have to be active. Our front three certainly have to be active, and we just have got to play assignment position type football, Dennis. Make no mistake about it.
We're about 16 minutes away from kicking this one off as Caldwell County takes on Mayfield tonight, last regular season game for the Tigers, and we'll start playoff action next Friday night. We're going to take a quick break and be right back and talk about Caldwell County's defense and what to look for tonight and the absence of one of their better linebackers for the what turned out to be the rest of the season. We'll talk about that when we return. You're listening to Tiger Football on 1580 103.3 WPKY. This is the McGregor Group Heating and Air pregame show.
Like me, many of you are worried about what is happening in our hometown. As the father of a 3.5-year-old, I'm very concerned about our financial health. I believe the next 4 years will be the most critical in the history of Princeton and Caldwell County. I can use my education, industry, and banking experience to make an impact. Caldwell County needs new ideas, vision, and leadership before it's too late. This is Jeff Sims, your candidate for Magistrate in District 4. I'm asking for your vote on November 6th, paid for by Jeff Sims, Magistrate District 4.
Hi, I'm Dennis Stevens, and I'd like to invite you to join Bob Hayes and me for Caldwell County football here on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, and worldwide at WPKYonline.com. This Friday night, it's the end of the regular season as the Tigers travel to Mayfield to take on the Cardinals. For complete coverage of Caldwell County, remember to go to YourSportsEdge.com. We'll get it started with the Coach Barnes Show at 6 o'clock on WPKY. Right after that, it's the McGregor Group Heating and Air pregame show at 6:30, and then it's kickoff at 7 o'clock right here on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
And welcome back to Mayfield. It's Caldwell County against the Mayfield Cardinals tonight. We are about 14 minutes away from kicking this one off, and Bob, we do have the live stream going tonight. Want to put that out there. We're on the road tonight, so able to do the live stream. Hope everybody's able to pick that up and enjoying that tonight. We're still going to have a good crowd. I think the bleachers on the far side for Caldwell County starting to fill up really well. But we talked about Caldwell County's defense and what they're going to have to do tonight to face a Mayfield team that throws for over 2,000 yards on the season. Got a running back over, 1,200 yards, I think, so far this season. A lot of weapons for them. And we're going to have to do that without our fourth leading tackler on the season, Ben Holt, injured in the Fort Campbell game a couple of weeks ago, out for the season. So I'll let you talk about that injury and who Coach Barnes is going to plug into that spot.
Ben is definitely out. Obviously won't be able to sustain any contact for at least 3 months. So moving into his spot tonight will be Cameron Baker. Cameron has had a couple starts there this year when other people have gone out, notably Russ Bashir, but there's also 2 or 3 people that can come in and spell Cameron, give him some rest, and that's Travion Samuel and Seth Slayton. Both those kids have seen action on the defensive side of the ball, and both of them may see action on the offensive side of the ball tonight at running back, giving De'Eric and Jameer a rest. But again, the defense tonight is crucial for the Tigers. There's not one facet of Mayfield's game that's considered weak. We have to be able to play good coverage, accept our assignment, whether we're in zone coverage or man-to-man coverage. The linebackers have to get a decent drop. Again, they're playing where both of our offensive attacks are mirror images of each other, so it's nothing like they're going to do that will surprise us, and vice versa. We just have to play good, and we have to tackle well tonight. There's no doubt. We can't let people get past us and get into space.
Bob, I think that was one of the big things the last time we were here. Caldwell County actually held 2 years ago, the lead at halftime, I think 21-17 or somewhere in that neighborhood. We were doing a good job, but the second half, we did what you just mentioned. We did not tackle well, and Mayfield, it seems like if they can touch you, they bring you down. They don't miss very many tackles at all. So we've got to mirror that part tonight defensively to keep this one close into the fourth quarter.
Everything that we've practiced on all year comes to the forefront tonight. We have to carry out our assignments on offense. We just can't be letting linemen run past us into the backfield. Joby doesn't. That's going to make him rush throws, and so we have to play well there. We have to play well defensive line, and just everything that we've talked about. I'm sure the kids are fired up, and if we hopefully will win the turnover battle tonight, which won't hurt us if we do win the turnover battle.
Well, taking a look defensively, these two teams are really mirror images of each other. Only 20 points more given up by Caldwell County on the season than Mayfield. I think Mayfield had 154, Caldwell 174 allowed on the season. But Caldwell has played a tremendous schedule. You can't take that away from them. Although Mayfield, on the other hand, has played the number 3 3A team in a game at Clarksville, Tennessee, at Austin Peay's Field, and beat them by 21. So the defenses on both sides are going to be good tonight. And
will be put to the test by each side's offensive team. So if we can complete some passes and sustain marches, eat up the clock, that's to our benefit. But if we can have a 2 or 3 or 4 play touchdown drive, Dennis, I'll take that too as well.
Yeah, we'll take anything we can get against this Mayfield team that's going to come in. In fact, they're not only the number 1 ranked team in 2A, Bob. They're the number 3 ranked team overall in Kentucky, and that's saying something being a 2A school, and you're ranked 3rd in the state overall.
And that's according to the Litkin House ratings. The 220 high schools in Kentucky that play football, and they're the 3rd ranked team overall. Caldwell, somewhere in the 25th ranked team in Kentucky, so obviously no slouch there.
And I have lost a little bit of love over Dr. Litt and these Litkin House ratings. We used to kind of kid about those during the broadcast a lot, and they are very accurate on a lot of the games and the point spreads. But they have Caldwell County as a underdog against Paducah Tillman. I'll tell you what, we're going to take a timeout as we do the national anthem, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes.
The name is reliability, and here at McGregor Group Heating and Air, reliability and honesty are a few of our top priorities. So if you're looking for heating and air service, give us a call at 270-896-5044 or come visit us at 960 Varmint Trace Road here in Princeton. We're the company that you can take.
I'm Jared Jackson, and I'm running to be your district judge. I was born in Caldwell County and have been a practicing attorney in Princeton for the last 11 years. I'm very proud to be the son of 2 retired public school educators. When elected, I pledge to always treat everyone fairly and to administer justice in an impartial and unbiased manner. I have proudly served my community as a former president of the Chamber of Commerce and former co-chairman of Relay for Life. I'm committed to continued service to the citizens of Western Kentucky. Again, I'm Jared Jackson, and I would appreciate your vote on November the 6th.
Paid for by the campaign fund of Jared H. Jackson for District Judge.
Get into shape and feel good at Trilogy Performance Sports in Princeton. Trilogy offers a wide range of classes to help you reach your fitness and well-being goals, like yoga, gymnastics, sports training, team training, cardio, kickboxing, and weightlifting. They have family discounts, and your first class is free. So come work out in a family-friendly environment at Trilogy Performance Sports, located directly behind Cash Express in Princeton. Open 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. 7 days a week. Be better than you used to be at Trilogy Performance Sports Princeton. Telephone 270-601-1824.
And we are back. We apologize for the quick takeaway there. The kind of caught off guard here was they started to play the national anthem here at War Memorial Stadium, an old stadium here in Mayfield. Brings back a lot of memories. Coach Barnes said it's not changed any since his senior year when he finished his career against Mayfield.
Definitely not had any big major improvements done to this stadium, which is still a mystery to me. And one thing I want to point out tonight, Dennis, because we're down here in the first region, we have 7 officials assigned to the football game tonight, as all games that are played here in the first region with their umpires association, it's always a 7-man crew. So we'll be seeing 7-man crews the rest of the season as we play tonight and get into the round of playoffs next week.
Just about 7 minutes away from kickoff here at Mayfield. This is the McGregor Group Heating and Air pregame show brought to you by Javen McGregor at McGregor Group. They can take care of all of your heating and air conditioning needs, including installations for new construction, replacements, repairs, and maintenance. They offer high-quality products with a highly qualified staff. You can visit them at 960 Varmint Trace Road or call 270-896-5044 today. That's the McGregor Group Heating and Air, and I'm sure this time of year with the cooler weather, a lot of people getting those heaters checked out. So McGregor Group is the ones to call to have that service done at your house as we get closer into the winter season. Captain's going to the sideline. Couple officials at midfield. We're not far away from the coin toss. Coin toss is brought to you here on the McGregor Group Heating and Air pregame show by Farless Realty. Are you ready to sell your home? Call Farless Realty today and let a realtor sell it for you. Ready to buy a home? Don't waste precious time. Farless Realty can help you, and interest rates are still reasonably low. They'll work hard to find you a home that will fit you and your family and your budget. Contact Farless Realty at 270-365-5058 or stop by 323 South Jefferson Street in Princeton. Check out their listings on Facebook and at farlessrealty.com. And Bob, as the captains make their way to the field, this is a time every week that we have a quick prayer for the kids that take the field tonight, so we'll do that now. Holy God, thank you for another Friday night. We ask that you protect each student that steps on the field tonight, and we also ask that you bless the efforts of each student in ways they never thought possible. We ask all these things in Jesus' name.
We also ask that you provide courage and sportsmanship to the players, patience and understanding to the coaching staffs, wisdom and knowledge to the officials, and last of all, peace to all of us. We ask these things in your name. Amen.
Amen.
And the captain's out for the Tigers tonight. Number 7, Logan McGowan. Number 11 is Trace Olden. Number 23 is Jordan Hardy. And number 51 is Jaron Hartley. 7-man officials crew. The white hat is showing the corn. Caldwell County has won the toss and will defer to the second half. So Mayfield will be receiving. They'll be receiving the left side of your radio dial.
Caldwell County in the white jerseys tonight with the blue numbers. Mayfield all black with the red helmets. They have the white numbers on the jerseys. Just a classic look for both squads tonight. And this has turned into a pretty good rivalry over the years, Bob, as Caldwell County and Mayfield will next year be in the same district. Caldwell County drops back to 2A. These two teams will play middle of the season on October 4th next year at Tiger Stadium.
It's back to from 3A to 2A for the Tigers next year, and obviously we'll be, as you mentioned, playing Mayfield earlier, and we'll pick up a couple easy games next year because of the fact that we're in the district against Ballard Memorial and Webster County.
Right. So a different look at the schedule next year. We'll take a look at that hopefully next week during the start of the playoffs, as we'll take on the Edmonson County Wildcats. That's next Friday night at Tiger Stadium. We'll have kickoff for that one at 7 o'clock from Tiger Stadium. Hopefully take care of business and be right back the following week against, well, I'm not sure. I didn't bring the schedule. We'll take a look at who matches up next week. We'll track that down somewhere along through here. Here it is. We'll take on the winner of Union County and LaRue County. LaRue County, the number 2 team out of the second district. Union County, the number 3 team out of the first district. So that's getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, but we'll be on the air next week at 6 o'clock on Friday night with Bob and Coach Barnes. Then the McGregor Group Heating and Air pregame show comes your way at 6:30. Kickoff against Edmonson County next week as the playoffs start in Kentucky at 7 o'clock. Just about 3 minutes to go before we kick this one off. That's going to do it for us on the McGregor Group Heating and Air pregame show. We appreciate Javen and his crew for sponsoring the pregame show for us this season and helping to bring you Tiger football here on WPKY. You can visit McGregor Group Heating and Air at 960 Varmint Trace Road or call 270-896-5044 for all of your heating and air needs. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, it'll be kickoff time between the Tigers and the Cardinals. You're listening to Tiger Football on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
Tiger Sports, 1580, 103.3 WPKY and WPKYonline.com. Tiger Sports coverage is brought to you in part by Taco John's, Caldwell Medical Center, Farmers Bank and Trust, Black Patch Grill, Goodwin Insurance, Dr. Carl Hinton, Jeff Russo Attorney, First Southern National Bank, Little Caesars Pizza, and by McGregor Group Heating and Cooling on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, the voice of the Caldwell County Tigers. The voice of Caldwell County since 1950. Tiger Sports are on the air, 1580, 103.3 WPKY, and streaming audio online at WPKYonline.com. Let's join the WPKY sports crew. They're live at the game.
Kentucky. And back to Mayfield, Kentucky. We're about to kick this one off. This is WPKY Princeton. Kickoff is brought to you by Lake Barkley CrossFit. You can never be too healthy, too strong, or in too good a shape. Lake Barkley CrossFit has classes designed for anyone at any fitness level, and they are always free to come and try. Here's the kick. Schultz with the kick. It's going to be a short one. Bobbled at the 27, still on the ground. Caldwell County comes in. Looks like the Tigers have it, and it's going to be marked down, but a big break for Caldwell County as the kickoff is bobbled by one of the upbacks from Mayfield. And Caldwell County is going to recover it at about the 25-yard line.
And picked up by Seth Slayton. Fumble
good
recovery
coverage by the Tigers. Seth Slayton, Johnny on the spot for the Tigers. And Joby Jaggers will bring the offense out with great field position to start this ball game. First turnover of the night goes in the way of the Tigers. They're going to spot it at the 26-yard line of Mayfield, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers. First quarter brought to you by our friends at Cozy Living. Jaggers in the backfield with Hollowell. 3 receivers set to the right. Fakes to Hollowell, throws to the left side. It's complete. Short gain to Newsom down to close to the 20-yard line. So a good snag by Newsom. Fights for an extra couple of yards. Ball spotted at the 20. Jaggers in the shotgun. He drops back, looks to the side, looking for a Hollowell that's deflected, and it'll be incomplete. Third down coming up for the Tigers. Defensively for Mayfield, that was number 4, Kylon Galbraith. Caldwell County faces third down. Handoff goes to Jameer Riley. Spins, gets hit at the line, keeps digging, and he's going to be very close, Bob, as he gets down close to the 16-yard line.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
This one may be worth a measure. And they're going to say he's short, and 4th and less than 1 coming up for the Tigers. Referee signaling to the Caldwell sideline, waving his arms out wide like it's about the length of 3 footballs. Caldwell County's going to go for it. It's Hollowell deep back for Jaggers. They give it to Hollowell. He lowers his head, goes up the middle of the line, and it's a first down. Caldwell County down to the 13-yard line of Mayfield. First downs brought to you this season by Little Caesars of Princeton. And it's 1st and 10, Caldwell County, after the big break on the opening kickoff. Jaggers has Hollowell in the backfield, 2 receivers each way. He swings it out to Newsom. Newsom makes a spin move, hit, and brought down out of bounds just shy of the 10-yard line. So a good spin move by Newsom. We talked about Travis in the pregame, Bob. Between he and Oliver Parker, 2 of the better receivers in West Kentucky.
And that was a great catch and a great run. He first turned to go inside, then reversed his field to go outside, and picked up the extra couple yards on that play.
2-back set with Jameer Riley going in motion. He hands it off to Hollowell, lowers his head, gets across the 10, down to about the 9-yard line. Tough run by Derek Hollowell. That'll bring up third down for the Tigers.
Going to bring up a 3rd and 6 for the Tigers. The 7th play of this drive that started at the Mayfield 26-yard line.
Trip set to the right with Newsom to the left. Hollowell goes into the formation also. It's complete to Hollowell. Goes down to his shoes, gets it, and dives. Touchdown, Caldwell County. Hollowell dived from about the 3, got the ball down to the pylon, knocked it down, and it's touchdown Tigers. Caldwell County capitalizes on that turnover and get on the board first. That score coming with 10:08 left to go in the first quarter. Tigers draw first blood at 6-0. It's going to be Schultz in for the extra point attempt. Snap aside, gets it down, kick is up. And good. So with 10:08 left to go in the first quarter, Caldwell County on top early. It's the Tigers 7, Mayfield nothing. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Tiger Football on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
Of debit or credit card fraud, Farmers Bank and Trust can help lessen your risk of getting taken advantage of. As our customer, you have exclusive access to a security feature in our app that will allow you to turn your debit card off while you're not using it, then turn it on instantly when you need to use it. Keep your information safe. Log into our free app to use this feature, increasing the security of your information right now. Not a Farmers Bank customer? Come down. Let us set up your account and start protecting you from potential fraud opportunities. This is not a guarantee that your information will not be compromised. This is an increased security measure. Farmers Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Back to Mayfield, Kentucky. Caldwell County takes advantage of an early turnover on the opening kickoff. Takes it in for the score, and the Tigers will kick off leading this one 7-0. Short kick, this time caught at the 27-yard line. Mayfield tries to switch fields, turns it up the middle, and a host of Tigers gang up just over the 30-yard line at about the 33. So Mayfield will take over around the 33, 1st and 10. But, Bob, the best start that you could have scripted for the Tigers tonight.
Absolutely the best start that we could have. That has to lift their spirits. Momentum should be on our side easily right now, and Mayfield has their work cut out.
Previous extra point by Schultz, brought to you by Taco John's of Princeton. Taco John's, a bold, unique take on Mexican food, featuring street tacos, 3 for $5. Mayfield takes a busted play. It's going to be Stinson, keeps it, jumps the pile at the 35, gets hit at the 40. He turned around for the handoff. Running back was not there, so he kept it himself and literally hurdled a pile at the 35, gets it out to the 40-yard line on the gain.
Pick up basically, 7 yards on that
7 yards on the play. So it'll be 2nd down and 3 on a busted play. Nice job by Jared Stinson. He's the quarterback. Big kid, 6 foot, 190, and just a junior. So it's going to be the Cardinals coming to the line. 2nd down and 3. 2 receivers each way for the Cardinals. Stinson drops back. Left-handed quarterback looks up the field. It's intercepted by Trell Riley at the Caldwell County 47-yard line. So the 2nd turnover of the night already, and we haven't played 3 minutes of this ball game. 2nd turnover from Mayfield, and Caldwell County will bring the offense back out at their 47-yard line. Trell Riley broke on that ball quick, read that one the whole way, had great coverage. So Caldwell County is going to bring the offense back out, leading this one 7-0 and looking to tack some more on. It's Jaggers in the backfield with Holloway. Ball on the ground. This one's going to be covered up by Hollowell. And the loss is going to be back near the 40-yard line. We'll see where they'll mark this one.
About the 42.
42-yard line is where that one will go. Be a loss of about 5 on the play. So Jaggers are going the shotgun. He's going to send 3 receivers to the left side. Oliver Parker all alone on the right. Hollowell in the backfield. Jaggers with good protection. Now it breaks down. He has a scramble going to the right. Throws down the field, and this one's going to be tipped and still batted around. And it was Mayfield had an easy pickoff right in front of him. Ball got through his hands. And it looks like after a couple of people hit the ball on the sideline, Bob, nobody able to come down with it, so it's just an incompletion, but a lot of opportunities both ways to come down with that ball.
I mean, we had as good a shot after it bounces off the Mayfield kid's hands to catch it, but there were 4 or 5 people in that area.
2 receivers each side for Jaggers. Screen pass set up by Caldwell County. This one's deflected, been caught by Jameer Riley at the 45. He's up the field to the 50. He's across to the 40 and inside the 40 of Mayfield. Having some fun up here in the booth, Bob. We won't describe what's going on up here, but it's a
pass to the 35-yard line.
35-yard line.
23-yard pass play.
Caldwell County had the screen set up. Mayfield read it well to actually tip the pass, but Jameer Riley able to reel it in anyway. Jaggers drops back. He wants the corner route, looking for Newsom, overthrown. Newsom had a step on his defender down at the 5-yard line. Laid out for it, but just overthrown too much. It'll be incomplete and 2nd and 10 for the Tigers. Bob, a great night here for football. Cooled off. Rain is out of the picture for the rest of the night, so a nice night.
And we've got a little heater at our feet, Dennis.
Yeah,
That's kind of keeping things really, really nice for us.
Trip set to the left. Parker to the right for Jaggers.
Mayfield's only rushing about 3 guys. Joby's had time to get his passes off tonight.
It's going to be Hollowell on the handoff. He's going to be hit and stopped at the 35-yard line.
Probably no gain on that play.
No, maybe half a yard at best on that one. So it'll be third down. We're going to leave it third down and 10 on the scoreboard. Hollowell's going to stay in the backfield. Caldwell County's going to go with a 2-receiver set left and right. Jameer Riley, Travis Newsom to the left. Jaggers drops back, looks over the middle, had a receiver, intercepted, overthrown, and intercepted by Mayfield.
Connor
He
Guthrie
brings it back up to the 30-yard line, tackled by Jameer Riley. But the interception is going to give Mayfield the ball back. First turnover tonight for Caldwell County. And the Tiger defense will come out. Caldwell County leading this one 7-0, 7:22 to go here in the first quarter. And it's going to be Jared Stinson from the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers each side. Hands off to the back.
Kentrey Matthews.
And Matthews gets hit and stopped, maybe a 3-yard carry at best. Kentrey Matthews having a phenomenal season. He's a pretty good sized kid, 5'11", 180. So it's going to be a load to bring down. Over 1,200 yards on the season, and Caldwell County is going to have to know where he's at. Now Mayfield's going to empty the backfield as it's Stinson all alone. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. They'll put 1 in motion. Now 3 receivers to the right for Mayfield. Quick toss by Stinson to the right side. It's complete at the 40. He's got some room across midfield and tackled by East all the way down at the Caldwell County 41-yard line. That play set up good blocking by the other 2 receivers on that line after they brought the receiver to the trip set to the right. Picked up some good blocks, and it's 1st and 10 Mayfield from the Tiger 41-yard line. Stinson drops back. This time looks over the middle. It's complete at the 20. Nice catch, and he's down to the 10. Tackled on a touchdown-saving tackle by East. But that's Connor Guthrie. And, Bob, that was a nice catch. That toss was a little bit hot coming from Stinson. Guthrie just reached up and grabbed that in like he had some Velcro on, and it's a big play for Mayfield as they have it 1st and goal at the Tiger 5-yard line.
Great throw that time. Stinson having quite a bit of time to find his receiver, and we were in zone coverage, and it was a perfectly thrown pass, and we barely were able to stop him before he gets in the end zone.
2 tight end set. It's going to be Stinson on the keeper. He's hit and brought down at the 4-yard line. It's just going to be a pickup of 1 on the play. 2nd down and goal for the Cardinals. Mayfield trying to tie this one up. Caldwell County with a big break on the opening kickoff as Mayfield fumbled it. Caldwell County took it in from short distance and had the early lead.
Stinson's coming off the field, and Connor Guthrie coming into the game right now at quarterback for Mayfield.
They've brought some other quarterbacks in. I just assumed it was going to be some of those late additions after the score was, or the game was already decided. He's going to hand it off. Not much there. Good tackle by Caldwell County, led by Van Hoosier.
Kentrey Matthews for no gain. Ball still at the 4-yard line.
Nice job by the Tigers to gang tackle that one. 3rd and goal as we tick down near the 5-minute mark left in the first quarter. And
Guthrie is still in the quarterback position. Number 11 is just checked in for Mayfield, and that's the big back Jackson.
Going with
6'1", 225.
a heavy package for Mayfield. They're going to try to keep this one. He keeps it, comes around to the right side, and he's in for the touchdown. Connor Guthrie takes it in from 4 yards out. And that score comes with 4:38 to go in the first quarter. Nice play by Mayfield.
Behind some good blocking on that play.
Great blocking. They had a bunch of big kids lined up in the backfield, and Caldwell County knew what was coming. That's one of those where you just line up and say, we're about to run it, see if you can stop it. And we were not able to. Mayfield's an extra point away from tying this one up. And let's see, they're having a little bit of discussion down over the spot of the ball. Mayfield is going to go with the offset. And they'll adjust and come back in over the ball.
And kicking for Mayfield is number 81, I think.
Snap is back. It's a high snap. He gets it down. Kick is up. And it is good. So with 4:38 left to go in the first quarter, this one's tied. It's Caldwell 7, Mayfield 7. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Tiger Football on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
Morning, Al. Next stop, 32nd Street.
Welcome to McDonald's.
Hi, can I get an Egg McMuffin, please?
Here's to making your morning routine a little better with a delicious breakfast from McDonald's.
Back to War Memorial Stadium. It's Caldwell County and Mayfield tied at 7. Tiger football here on WPKY. 3 turnovers already in the ball game tonight, Bob. That's really not what we look for, as both these teams have taken care of the ball pretty well this season. Mayfield's turned it over twice. Caldwell turned it over once. And both teams have scored off of turnovers. This kick's going to be short, fielded at the 25-yard line. He's up across the 40 and driven out of bounds.
I think that was Trace Holden.
Trace Holden, number 11, you're right. So Caldwell County's going to start out with decent field position. They'll mark this. Referee standing near the 41-yard line. We'll see where they actually put the ball down at. But good run back by Holden on the short kick. It is going to be spotted at the 40-yard line. 1st and 10, Caldwell County. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. As 2 backs in the backfield with Jaggers. He's going to hand it off to Jameer Riley. Cuts it back up the middle. He's got a big gain out to midfield. Nice run by Jameer Riley. Gets it out to the 50. That's a Little Caesars first down. And they'll move the chains on that one. Nice cutback by Jameer Riley. And it's going to be 1st and 10, Caldwell County from midfield. They'll keep 2 backs in the backfield with Jaggers again. This time it's going to be Riley again. He breaks the tackle at midfield, gets outside, is across the 40, going down the sideline, steps out of bounds inside the 30, or right at the 30-yard line. They're going to mark his first step out at the 31. So a good job by Jameer Riley to bounce that one out of bounds. Broke a couple of tackles right at midfield, Bob.
19-yard gallop on that play by Jameer.
Down to the 31, another Little Caesars first down for Caldwell County. They're going to stick with it. 2 receivers to the right. They're going to put Jameer in motion to the right. Handoff goes to Hollowell, coming left, slips, and goes down. Maybe a yard loss or no gain at best on that one. We had a little rain most of the day, and it cleared off basically on our drive down here. But the field's still a little bit soft tonight.
We're going to say a no gain on that play, although they might have it closer now to the 32.
So they're going to call it a loss of 1-11, 1st and 11, or 2nd and 11, excuse me, for the Tigers. Travion Samuels in the backfield now for Caldwell County along with Hollowell. Jaggers pass and a lot of contact on Newsom near side, no call on it. Newsom was draped by number 24. It's going to be incomplete, and 3rd and 11 coming up for the Tigers. Very tight coverage by Mayfield.
Probably that could have gone either way, Dennis. That was tight coverage, but I think he got it, had his hands on Travis before the ball got there.
Yeah, looked like he was piggyback riding, really, to be honest about it.
Looked that way from here anyway.
So it's going to be a trip set to the right for the Tigers. East, Olden, and Parker over there. Newsom near side receiver. Jaggers has Hollowell in the backfield to his right shoulder. Takes a snap, drops back. He gets some pressure. They've got him, throw him down at midfield. They're going to give him up to the Mayfield 48-yard line, but a big loss for the Tigers on third down. So it's going to be fourth down and long for the Tigers. They'll bring out the punt unit, and Tripp Branch will come out for his first punt in a while. I don't think did he have a punt against Fort Campbell a couple of weeks ago?
Did not have a punt.
I don't think so. It's been 3 weeks since he's been in action. Branch takes it, puts the kick up, tries to go sideline, doesn't get much on this one. It's going to hit at the 35, roll back to the 33-yard line, and Mayfield will take over in very good field position after the sack. Taking a look at the scoreboard, brought to you by Goodwin Insurance. Good luck, Tigers, from Goodwin Insurance, your locally owned independent insurance agency capable of handling all of your insurance needs. 2:51 to go in the first quarter. This one tied at 7. And Mayfield takes over from their own 33-yard line. 3 receivers to the right for Stinson. Matthews the back. Stinson fakes the handoff, throws up the field. It's complete at the 45 to number 2. And that is Cade Neely. Enough for a first down. Gets out to the 50-yard line. Bob Stinson's pretty impressive, doesn't he? He delivers a quick strike. Doesn't take long to throw the ball.
He's really impressive.
3 receivers set on first down to the left for Mayfield. Matthews in the backfield. They'll give it to Matthews. He goes left side, picks up about 3 on the play. Tackled over there by number 14, Russ Bashir. So it'll be second down and 7 for the Cardinals. Bashir's with a nice tackle. Mayfield comes to the line quickly also, but all their plays sent in from the sideline. So it's going to be Stinson in an empty backfield, 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. They had a big play on this earlier when they brought one in motion. We'll see if they bring him, and they do. It's going to be Matthews coming to make the receiver set trips to the right. Stinson drops back, looks down the field, gets some protection. Now he's going to roll to his left. He's got some room, keeps it, and goes out of bounds at the Tiger 40-yard line.
Going to be close to a first down.
They're going to mark it out just shy of the first down mark. It looks like they're going to say he stepped out at the 41. So it'll be third down and 1 for Mayfield. Stinson's got some good speed for a good-sized kid.
Moves pretty well.
Caldwell County looking to hold on 3rd and 1 with 1:42 left to go in the first. Matthews in the backfield right behind Stinson. Extra tight end in. They give it to Matthews. He's going to try to bounce it around. Gets across the 40. It's plenty for the first down. Brought down at the 37-yard line of Caldwell County. I think it was Travion Samuel in on the tackle, a couple of Tigers in for Caldwell County. But it is a first down for Mayfield.
Caldwell County playing the run pretty well so far tonight, and a couple of passes have just gotten away from us. Pretty good defensive effort so far by the Tigers.
They're going to bring Matthews up even with Stinson. Matthews is going to roll to his right. Flag goes down in the backfield. He throws incomplete. Flag in the backfield. We're in the neighborhood of generally holding. We'll get the official word on that one. First flag of the evening comes down from the back judge. And Bob, the first time this season that we've seen a 7-man crew, that is going to be a hold against Mayfield. So that will back them up. Clock stops on the penalty on the incompletion at 1:13 to go in the first.
Ball back to the Mayfield.
Looks like they're going to spot that at the Mayfield 48-yard line. So 2 receivers each way from Mayfield. Stinson takes it, fake the handoff, throws complete and that's to number 3, Connor Guthrie. It's complete down to the Caldwell 41-yard line. Player down for Caldwell County is East. East on the stop, took a good hit. Actually make that the 42, Bob. They stepped it back a yard. So ball at the 42. And another impressive thing, we've been used to seeing good receivers for Caldwell County all season. These kids from Mayfield run some pretty sharp, crisp routes. Empty backfield set for Stinson. He's got 3 to the right. He's going to put Matthews in motion to the left. 3 receiver set to the left now. Another flag goes down. I think the line jumped for Mayfield. That will back them up 5 yards. Make it 2nd down and 19. Caldwell will take all the help they can get on this drive against Mayfield. 7-7 as we tick down. This may be the last play of the first quarter. Empty backfield set. They've gone to this several times in the first quarter, Bob. Caldwell County in more of a zone right now, it looks like. Stinson drops back, and it's complete at the 35. Down, tackled inside the 25. And that's going to be a first down on when they had 19 to go. I think that one was to Alonzo Daniel. Clock stops with 5.5 seconds left. I don't think they'll come out and get a play off. But it is a first down, Mayfield at the Tiger 22-yard line. And that's the end of the first quarter. So after 1 quarter of play, it's Caldwell County 7, Mayfield 7. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Tiger Football on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
1580, 103.3 WPKY and WPKYonline.com. Tiger Sports coverage is brought to you in part by Morgan's and Lakeland Funeral Home, Princeton Drug Store, Princeton Electric Plant Board, Trice Hughes, Trilogy Fitness, Woodall Agency, Rain Academy of Princeton, Community Medical Clinic, and by Aldo Bell Hearing Center on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, the voice of the Caldwell County Tigers.
We're back to War Memorial Stadium. Just about to start the second quarter of play. This one tied at 7. Second quarter brought to you by Cozy Living of Princeton. Bob, a good defensive quarter by Caldwell County, although Mayfield did complete several passes. Stinson having a big first quarter, but kind of a bend but don't break quarter for Caldwell County as they are tied after 1 with Mayfield at 7.
And speaking of the Mayfield quarterbacks, they are 5 out of 6 so far, Dennis, with 1 interception. So every pass they've thrown tonight has been caught by somebody.
Yeah, nothing set the ground.
Mayfield now at the Tiger 23-yard line.
And it will be 1st and 10 Mayfield as they start the second quarter deep in Caldwell territory. Ball at the 23. Stinson's going to have, or it's going to be Connor Guthrie at quarterback. He's got a couple of backs with him. Gives it to the big guy, number 11. He gets it down inside the 20. And number 11, let me check their roster, Bob, on that one. Marcasio Jackson, 6'1", 225.
Mark, that these yard lines are now faded.
I'd say the 17, we'll give him the 17. Pick up a 5 by the big back from Mayfield. So it'll be 2nd down and 5. Got an extra tight end in. Guthrie still at quarterback. This one's going to go to Matthews. He's trying to take it out to the right side. Finds a block. Gets up across the 15 and down close to a first down. And I think he did get enough for the first as they're going to move the chains. It's going to be spotted, Bob. It is a tough call on the spot down
13.
To the 13-yard line, it looks like.
Or maybe even the 12, because it looks like that pylon to the almost to the 1-yard line.
We'll see where they put it on the scoreboard. You're right. They can get a first down without getting a touchdown. But this one's going to be spotted. We'll call it the 12 as they get set for play. They're going to leave Guthrie in a quarterback, 2 back set with him. Matthews on one side. They give it to the big 225-pound back. He's going to rumble over the left side, finds a blocker, and walks it in inside the corner. It's going to be touchdown Mayfield.
Is that number 11?
Number 11. That is
Jackson.
Marcacio Jackson, a junior, 6'1", 225, running back and linebacker. And it's going to be called back on a penalty, though, Bob. We'll see where the ball or where the flag came down at. Still some discussion, and they are going to march this one back. So take the points off the board for Mayfield. And it'll be spotted back at the 20-yard line.
Probably going to bring up a first at 18.
So we'll see if Stinson stays out. It's been Connor Guthrie, quarterback, late in this drive for Mayfield. And it is Stinson coming off the sidelines. He's going to come back into the ball game. And it's going to be first and 17 on the board for Mayfield. 2 receivers each way for the Cardinals. They'll keep Matthews in the backfield with Stinson. Stinson over the middle. It's complete. And he'll be in for the touchdown. That is number 2 for Mayfield, Cade Neely. Another junior for Mayfield. Gets in, nice pass over the middle. Made a nice outside move early on, cut it right back, and he was basically wide open. Barely touched going into the end zone, and Mayfield takes their first lead of the night with 10-10 left to go in the first half. Mayfield sets up with that offset line just in case they did try to direct snap back to Guthrie. They move back now for the more conventional point after attempt. Snap is down, kick is up, plenty of leg, and it is good. So with 10-10 to go in the first half, Mayfield takes the lead. It's the Cardinals 14, the Tigers 7. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Tiger Football on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
Meter tampering is dangerous. Tampering with an electric meter is not only dangerous, it is dishonest and against the law. Stealing electricity by tampering with an electric meter may result in your arrest and can even risk your life. Tampering with meters results in increased utility bills that everyone has to pay. If you see anyone tampering with an electric meter, call the Princeton Electric Plant Board right away at 270-365-2031. Princeton Electric Plant Board, Princeton's #1 energy.
Back to Mayfield, Kentucky. Caldwell County is set to receive after the touchdown by Mayfield put the Cardinals up 14-7. First score in from the area has Marshall County trailing Spencer County 7-0. Area scoreboards are brought to you by Brad Harrelson of Encompass Wealth Management. You can contact Brad for all of your financial and retirement planning needs. That's Encompass Wealth Management. Mayfield set to kick from the 40. They put the ball in play. Big kick. This one's going to go down in the corner and out of bounds, though, as Caldwell County will take over in good field position. Nice kick. Not as much wind as early on when we got here, Bob. Flag kind of dying down a little bit, but the wind still at the back of Caldwell County here in this second quarter.
And there was a penalty against Mayfield, Dennis, so there may be re-kicking.
We'll see. I think that's where Caldwell, they just threw the flag on the out of bounds. It'll be Caldwell County. No, they are going to
mark off.
They are going to set up and re-kick.
Yeah, that's they are and penalizing Mayfield. I guess 5 yards or offsides. I haven't seen the signal given yet. Obviously, it's a 5-yard walk off because they'll be kicking from their 35.
So Coach Barnes likes the chances of getting a big play against this special teams from Mayfield. They've given up a few this year, so Coach Barnes rolling the dice here a little bit. Instead of taking the ball at the 35, he's going to have Mayfield back up to their 35 for this kick. Kicking also against the wind, so we'll see if they keep this one in play, if Caldwell County can get a return on it. Trace Holden, Trell Riley back for Caldwell County. So they will retry this one. He steps up to the 35, puts this one in play, and it's going to be Olden catches it at the 16-yard line, brings it up across 20, 25, darts his way in and out, gets up across the 30, and he'll be brought down at the 33-yard line. So Caldwell County took a chance, basically came out about where they had got it had they taken the out-of-bounds kick. So
and the Tigers
no harm, no foul really on the attempt like that.
Tigers taking over for their 4th possession of the night here at their 33-yard line.
Caldwell County's going to go 2 to the left, Oliver Parker to the right. 2-back set with Jaggers. He takes it, hands off to Jameer Riley, and he's going to be thrown for a loss back around the 30-yard line. Riley had nowhere to go on that one, tried to lower his head and go north and south, but Mayfield there to push him back. A 3-yard loss on the play makes it 2nd and 13 for the Tigers. Stay tuned for the halftime report brought to you by Little Caesars. That comes your way in about 9.5 minutes. Right now, Caldwell County facing 2nd and 13. And it's going to be a timeout taken by Caldwell County. We'll keep this one right here. Timeout's brought to you by Russo Law. Russo Law is located downtown Princeton, ready to serve all of your legal needs. I think, Bob, a little uncertainty on Caldwell County's part where they were setting up for that play, and Coach Will Barnes came out on the field, signaled timeout to get everything straight because, let's face it, against a team like Mayfield, you can't really afford to waste a play just because there's some uncertainty out there. You had to burn the timeout, get everybody set. Caldwell County still well in this ball game, just trailing 14-7.
And right now, Dennis, let's give out some shouts while the timeout's going on.
Okay.
Shout out to Jimmy Riley, Dean and Nona Ackridge, who are faithful listeners, Judge Bill McCaslin, a couple grandmothers listening tonight, Judy Hammonds, who just underwent some minor surgery today, the grandmother of Tate Van Hoosier, and to Sherry Paxton, the grandmother of Oliver Parker. So we hope you're listening and enjoying this game, which sees the Tigers now trailing 14-7 against the Mayfield Cardinals. Tigers in possession of the ball at their 30-yard line, 2nd and 13.
And, Bobby, usually when we're streaming, you got some fans in the Cobb area back in Caldwell County watching us tonight, too, so hello to those folks. Snap goes back to Jaggers. He looks up the field, throws, and it's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Parker on this side, well covered by Mayfield. So Caldwell County on the incompletion. Clock stops at 9:18, but Caldwell County facing 3rd and 13. Ball spotted at their own 30-yard line. Jaggers going to keep one back in the backfield. Trip set to the right. It's going to put Samuels in motion. Jaggers, and this one's going to be blown dead. I'm not sure that Samuels didn't head up the field before he cut sideways. I think that one's going to be on Travion, and it's going to cause Caldwell County to back up 5 yards. He made the move. He was going to get into the pass pattern, Bob, but made the move up the field instead of out.
And that's something you cannot do.
Referee threw the flag, so 3rd down and 18 from their own 25-yard line now for the Tigers. Samuel's going to stay in the backfield. Caldwell County is going to change this one to a 2-receiver set each way with Samuels in the backfield with Jaggers. Jaggers takes a snap out of the shotgun, drops back. He's got some protection. Goes over the middle looking for Parker, and Parker hit hard. And flags come in from everywhere as Oliver's still on the ground. You could almost see that one coming. The flags thrown as Parker went across the middle, hit helmet to helmet with one of the Mayfield players. And Parker's still down on the ground, Bob. That was a ferocious hit. That will probably cost that young man the ball game. I'll be surprised if he's not ejected for that hit. And you hate to see that.
Yes, I mean, drilled is drilled high, not drilled low.
Parker's still down on the ground. We're going to take a timeout, and be back and check on the condition of Oliver Parker. 9:09 left in the first half. This one has Mayfield ahead 14-7. But we're going to take a timeout, John, and be right back. You're listening to Tiger Football on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
I have a background in agriculture and was taught from an early age that hard work and long hours is what it took to get the job accomplished. I have always worked hard to support my family and also my community. I have used this way of thinking to serve as magistrate before and am willing to put in the same time and effort to accomplish the challenges facing Caldwell County in the upcoming years. I have been attending various county meetings over the past several months and will continue to do so to have the current knowledge of activities and information to share with you. I have proven I can do this job in the past, and I am prepared and ready to serve this county again. I'm asking for your vote to allow me, George Kilgore, to serve again as your magistrate in District 4.
Paid for by George Kilgore for magistrate.
For your home for Tiger Sports, 1580, 103.3 WPKY and WPKYonline.com. Tiger Sports coverage is brought to you in part by Bella Marie Boutique, Bashir Sawmill, Big John's Barbecue, Brantley Furniture, Cozy Living, Varlas Realty, Fortner Gas, Fredonia Valley Bank, Break Wall Chinese Restaurant, and by Herb Hayes Furniture on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, the voice of the Caldwell County Tigers.
And back to War Memorial Stadium here at Mayfield, Kentucky. Action stopped right now as Oliver Parker getting tended to at midfield after taking a ferocious hit on a pass attempt. Bob, I think we did see Oliver moving his legs, stuck him up in the air. I think he's actually setting up in an upright position right now.
Mm-hmm. Right, so that's really a great sign, and we don't know what they've moving the flags to where the hit occurred, which is right at midfield. And we don't know whether one of the Mayfield players, number 5, was the one who hit him high.
Yeah, number 5 is Alonzo Daniel, a 6'1", 165-pound junior. Oliver up on his feet.
And able to walk off the field and probably got a stinger, and I would think he would not be playing much more tonight. And we don't see number 5 out on the defensive side of the ball, so maybe he has been ejected.
He was over on the sideline. The last I saw, walked up into the crowd, having trouble picking him out right now, but flags from everywhere on the play. Good to see Oliver get up and walk. You don't suspect that he will be back in the ball game until they really check on him. Caldwell County's team kind of, I guess, gassed up by this one, charged up a little bit. As they come together in a huddle, they're going to take that hit kind of personal. And number 5 is taking his helmet off, and he is leaving the field here on the Mayfield side. So we suspected that he may be ejected over that hit. There was no real play on the ball. It was just helmet to helmet.
Yeah, that was.
And the targeting call is going to go on Alonzo Daniel. So he is out of the ball game. And Caldwell County will come back out on the field. Both teams kind of fired up over the situation.
And Coach Morris is on the field talking to the whitehead and another official. I don't know what kind of case he can be pleading.
No,
I mean, there was all kinds of viciousness about that hit.
This one live streamed here from Mayfield, but it will also be uploaded to YouTube after the ball game tonight. That one, with 9:09 left to go in the first half, that's worth taking a look at just to see the collision, just the fierceness of that collision, and Oliver Parker staying on the ground for several minutes, able to walk off of the field without any help, but just a terrible play that we really don't have any need for in these ball games. It was just full-fledged targeting, and Daniel paid the price, as he will go out of the ball game for the rest of this game and miss some of their first playoff game, I'm sure.
Now there's been a penalty, or maybe they're going to walk off the penalty from where the original line of scrimmage was.
So they are marking it off from the Caldwell 25-yard line. And it'll be up to the 40.
Should be a first down because personal foul carries an automatic.
So it'll be a Little Caesars first down, but at a high price for Caldwell County, as Trip Branch comes into the ball game for Parker. Bob, just the...
It should be a first down. It's a personal foul, I would think. Yeah, it's got to be a first down. No, they've
Yeah, it's a personal foul on the targeting. They got the Mayfield player ejected from the ball game. Should be a first. I don't see any reason, any way there could not be a first down. It came from the Caldwell 25-yard line, but they are going to leave it at third down and about, looks like about 4. I don't know, the chains are trying to set on that far sideline. I'm not sure about this one, Bob, but I thought, I'm like you, personal foul was automatic first down.
Well, I'm not sure what's going on, Dennis. This is another one of these.
Seems like we have at least one a game that you get to talk to Coach Barnes about on Saturday morning quarterback. With
my wacky call of the game coming up here tomorrow for him.
This one, the actual play took place as Parker laid
at midfield
for several minutes. Right now they have Caldwell County with the ball spotted at their own 40-yard line.
And they have to make it to the 44.
Third down and 4 for the Tigers as they'll put this one back in play. Parker not in the ball game. Trip Branch in for him. Travis Newsom on the far sideline. Caldwell County gets the play set. Jameer Riley, Derek Hollowell in the backfield. Trail Riley and Trip Branch, the receivers on the near side. Jaggers takes a snap, drops back, looks down deep. He's going for Newsom at the 30, lays out, incomplete. No flag on the play. A lot of contact, no flag. And it's going to bring up a fourth down for the Tigers. And still not sure about the call that did not result in the first down. But nonetheless, it's going to be Branch going from receiver to punter as Caldwell County faces fourth down and 3 from their own 40-yard line. Trailing this one 14-7. Kick is up. It's going to take a Caldwell bounce. Hits at the 35, bounces down to the 30, and they'll mark it dead at the 29-yard line. So Mayfield will take over from their own 29, leading this one 14-7. But just a terrible collision. We'll try to keep an eye out. But Bob, I don't expect to see Oliver back tonight. He's at least holding his helmet and walking around on the sideline. Sometimes they'll go ahead and take a player's helmet when they know he's not going in. But he's going to be sore tomorrow after that one. Mayfield with the snap. Handoff goes to Matthews. He's hit, spins at the 35, finally driven out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Little jawing after that play as things have really heated up since that hit. So both teams have a little fire lit under them. After Mayfield loses a player, Caldwell County may have essentially. We'll see how Parker does later on in the ball game. Stinson's going to come out at quarterback for this one. Second down and 2. Should be, second down and 2. Double tight end set for Mayfield. One receiver each way. And it's going to be Stinson rolls, comes back, and it's going to be intercepted by Trail Riley at the 45-yard line. He's got some room. He's down to the 20, jumps a tackler, and gets tackled at the 11-yard line. And Trail Riley with the interception, and Caldwell all the way down to the Mayfield 11-yard line on a poorly thrown ball. It was right to Trail Riley. He did not have to move at the 45. They had Matthews open out of the backfield, but he missed him big time, and fortunately for Caldwell County, we have a man in the spot, and it's Trail Riley with the pick. Return down to the 11.
Trail's second interception of the night, just about took it to pay dirt.
And one of the reasons he made got the honor of playing in that All-Star game coming up as a defensive back. Caldwell County is going to look to tie this one up. They'll have it 1st and 10 at the Mayfield 11-yard line. Derek Hollowell in the backfield with Jaggers. And Caldwell County is going to take another timeout, as there was still some uncertainty between Hollowell and Jaggers where to line up on that one. Timeouts brought to you by Russo Law. Russo Law is located downtown Princeton, ready to serve all of your legal needs. And Bob, I'm sure you'll talk to Coach Barnes tomorrow morning, and usually some of his staff on Saturday morning quarterback coming your way at 9 o'clock on WPKY. But I'm still curious how that call did not result in a first down for the Tigers.
And I'm mystified as well, Dennis, because that's to me an automatic first down.
But Mayfield did lose the player in the process. That was Alonzo Daniel, their starting wide receiver, is out of the ballgame. So is that 3 turnovers, I think, for Mayfield here in this contest.
Yeah, right, the opening kickoff and the 2 pass interceptions.
Mm-hmm. So both teams on the sideline in huddles. And this is a matchup of 2 very good teams. They know they're going to be district opponents next season, but the intensity level went up several notches after that big hit on Oliver Parker laid him out at midfield. Now both teams feeling like, and I would say especially Caldwell County, feeling like they have a little something extra to fight for with Oliver on the sideline.
And 8 minutes and 35 seconds to play here in the first half. Tigers breaking the huddle.
They're going to go with a heavy lineup on the near side. 2 receivers to the far side. They hand it off to Hollowell, and he gets hit in the backfield, and he'll be driven for a loss. They'll give him forward progress only to the 14-yard line. So a loss of 3 on the play, as that one really didn't fool Mayfield any. Hollowell took the handoff and had black jerseys in his face at that point. So the loss is going to take it back to the 14-yard line. They can get a first down without scoring. But you got to get inside the 1 to get that. Caldwell County goes to a rare huddle. Bob, you can probably count on one hand the times we've seen Caldwell County go to a huddle this season. Hollowell in the backfield, same formation. 2 receivers to the left. They'll get it over and almost intercepted. And I think there was some more confusion on that one. I'm not sure that Jameer Riley broke the way Jaggers wanted him to on that one. Jaggers threw the ball in the direction of Riley, but more in the direction of number 2 for Mayfield.
And that would be Cade Neely.
And I think Neely the one with
he scored a touchdown a while ago, so he's got good hands, but didn't have him on that play, thank goodness.
So Caldwell County is going to drop out of that formation. They'll go with a 2 tight end set. Jameer Riley on one side, Newsom on the other. They'll put Hollowell on the right shoulder of Jaggers. And whistles are going to blow this one dead. I don't think Jameer Riley got set on that one.
I don't think he was set
after he came back to check the play. So a lot of confusion, really costing the Tigers some progress here as they got the big break, had the ball down at the 11-yard line on the interception. But the Tigers are really shooting themselves in the foot. This penalty will back them up to the 19-yard line. 3rd down and 18 for the Tigers. Branch comes into the ball game for Caldwell. You've got Branch and Jameer Riley to the near sideline. Newsom to the far. Jaggers drops back. He's got some time. Goes complete at the 5 to East. East lowers his head and gets in. It's touchdown, Caldwell County. Jaggers to Gabe East.
No flags. No flags.
From 19 yards out. Good catch by East at the 5. Lowered his head, battled right at the goal line, and got the ball across. So Caldwell County an extra point away from tying this one up. That score coming with 7:36 to go in the first half. Smiley in for the hold. Schultz for the extra point. Snap is back. Kick is up. And it is good. So with 7:36 to go in the first half, it's Caldwell County 14, Mayfield 14 We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Tiger Football on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
Greatest agricultural communities in Kentucky and in the country. That comes with responsibility, especially during harvest season. Penny Ryle Electric reminds you to watch for heavy farm machinery on the roads. For farmers, staying safe means surveying for overhead power lines and underground utilities when moving large or elevated equipment, and when beginning any excavation project like tiling or fence post digging. Need guidance? Call Penny Ryle Electric. They've been cooperating with you for more than 81 years.
And we are back to Mayfield, Kentucky. A good ball game here as Caldwell County Mayfield tied at 14 with 7:36 to go in the first half. That last one coming on a 19-yard touchdown pass from Jaggers to Gabe East. And Bob, it's a shame that a play cost each team basically a player, as Oliver Parker took a ferocious hit at midfield earlier in this quarter. It's got both teams fired up right now, and Caldwell County playing some inspired football. This kick's going to be fielded at the 20-yard line by Mayfield. He gets a tackle or gets a block and gets it up across the 30.
It is, Dennis. There was no call for that action. It was he was not even trying to knock the football down, just intent on
making a big hit.
Big hit, yes. That's how I saw it.
So unfortunate that Mayfield loses one of their starters. Caldwell County has Parker on the sideline. Oh, we want to say hello to Mike Bowers watching from Gulf Breeze, Florida on the live stream tonight. Mayfield with the snap. They hand it off to Matthews. He's hit and tripped up right at the line of scrimmage. He'll pick up about 2 on the play. But I think that was Devin Kilgore that made the trip on Matthews. So a short gain by Mayfield. And it's going to be I didn't see the flag, but they are marking this one off.
It's a holding penalty, and we're going to mark it back to the
21-yard line of Mayfield. So that holding call gives them first down and 20 now. Empty backfield set for Mayfield. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Stinson takes it. Quick hit to the right is incomplete. And we thought for a second that may have been a backwards pass, but they called it forward, so the ball hits the ground. It's incomplete. I think the receiver turned to look up the field before he really got that one in his hands. And it's going to be second down and 20 now for the Cardinals. Not many misses tonight for Stinson. And that one really not on him as much as the receiver.
That was actually his first miss. He's completed everything to Mayfield and 2 to us tonight. That was the first drop pass out of his arm tonight.
They'll keep that empty backfield set. 3 to the right. Caldwell County with some pressure on Stinson. They takes it, goes up the middle, throws at the last second, complete to Matthews. He's up across the 30, 35, 40, and knocked out of bounds at the 45-yard line. And it's going to be Matthews still on the ground on the Mayfield bench. Gets a lot of mud on him as he slid all the way under the water coolers. So both teams really fired up. The hits coming tonight for Caldwell Mayfield. Just a fun atmosphere if you can take away the play against Oliver Parker.
And we just about had the quarterback for a sack then, and just he was able to get it loose.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I was trying to see real quick whether he came across the line of scrimmage as he scrambled, but apparently not. So it's going to be an extra tight end for Mayfield. They'll go, and timeout called on the field by Mayfield as they tried to run a player on real quick. And, Bob, have you seen the play clock?
I don't know where the play clock is.
For one.
I've not seen one.
So apparently they were getting low on time, and Mayfield took the timeout. So timeout on the field with 7:01 left to go in the first half, and this one tied at 14. Taking a look at some area scores brought to you by Brad Harrelson of Encompass Wealth Management. Contact Brad Harrelson with Encompass Wealth Management for all of your financial and retirement planning needs. At the half, Christian County trails Paducah Tillman 12-0. We won't give anybody the UK scores tonight because some folks like you and I may be recording that, Bob. So top of the hour, okay. And this is WPKY Princeton. So Tillman with the early lead on Christian County. Not a lot of people reporting scores tonight. Graves County leads in their ball game 40-6. Teams back out on the field after the timeout. Stinson takes it, wants to quick hit to the side. That one's covered. He throws it away, and it's going to be incomplete. Good coverage by Caldwell County. And Bob, I know tempers are high out there. Flag on the play right at the line of scrimmage.
Another holding call maybe, or?
Let's see what this one's going to be. Flag's laying at the 46-yard line.
Maybe it's intentional grounding. I don't know.
And it is intentional grounding against Mayfield. So that will back them up and cost them the down. Bob, one thing we've got to guard against as emotions are beginning to run high on the field, we see a few of these players being held back and a little extra jawing going on. These officials are not going to take this for another 2.5 quarters, so we've got to reel that back in before it costs us at an inopportune time.
Maybe it's only a 5-yard penalty, Dennis.
Second down and 15 right now. Stinson drops back. He's got some time. Goes over the middle. This one's going to be intercepted by Gabe East at the 23-yard line. He's thrown down at the 20. So East with a nice catch. Had to go over his shoulder like a receiver as that one was overthrown by Stinson. Stinson with a good arm slung that one down the field. But the third interception tonight for the Tigers gives Caldwell County the ball at their own 21-yard line. And the tie is still intact as Caldwell County keeps hanging around against the number 1 team in 2A and the number 3 team in the entire state. This one tied at 14 with 6:44 to go in the first half.
Ball is on the Tiger 21-yard line.
21, best I can tell with these hash marks, Bob, because they are worn down big time. Caldwell County is going to come out with 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and a 2-back set. It's going to go to Jameer Riley, tries to bounce it back outside. He's going to be thrown down back inside or they're going to mark it right at the 20, forward progress to the 20, so he'll lose a yard on the play, second down and 11. So Caldwell County is going to try to get back out of their end so far here as they need a little breathing room. Back at their own 20 now with second down. 2 receivers each way. He's going to put a receiver in motion. Trip set to the right now. Handoff goes to Hollowell. He's going to go left. Turns it up the field. Still on his feet. He's got a blocker in front of him. Gets it up across the 25 and down to the 26-yard line, I think, is where they're going to spot him on the far sideline. So a good run, good cut up by De'Eric Hollowell.
And if he had not run into one of our blockers, he may have been able to pick up 10, 15 more yards on that play. But a great run by De'Eric.
Ball on the 26, third down and 5 for the Tigers. Jaggers puts 2 receivers out each way. Try to see if that's Hollowell in the backfield. I think it is. Jaggers drops back, gets good protection. Throws complete to Jameer Riley, in and out of his hands. He had it right in his gut and drops the ball out at the 36-yard line. Would have been well enough for a first down, but Riley unable to bring it all the way in, and Caldwell County will have to punt with 5:19 left to go in the first half. Bob, I thought that one was in the basket.
Those you have to catch.
So Branch takes a low snap, puts the ball up. It's going to hit at the 45-yard line, takes a Caldwell County bounce, and rolls all the way back to the Mayfield 31-yard line. So a good punt by Trip Branch. And the Cardinals will take back over First and 10 from their own 31-yard line with 5:09 left to go in the first half.
43-yard punt that time by Tripp. Good exchange of field position for the Tigers.
And not a lot of scores coming in from around the area tonight. We'll get those as quick as we can to you. Stinson's going to go back in at quarterback. He's going to have Matthews in the backfield with him. Two receivers left. He's going to hand it straight off to Matthews. He goes right, gets across the 35-yard line to the 36. Quick first step by Kent Trey Matthews. Kids having a great year, over 1,200 yards running through their first 9 games. Second down and 6 coming up for the Cardinals. They'll go two receivers set to the right. Handoff again to Matthews. And he churns, pushes a couple of Tigers, and gets across the 40-yard line down to the 44. And Caldwell County has a player hurt. I think that's Burden down on the ground. He gets back up on his feet as the trainer comes out to check on Caleb. But it's going to be enough for a first down on the nice run by Matthews out to the 44-yard line. And a Mayfield player also down on the field. That is number 77 for Mayfield. Let's check their roster on that one, Bob. And it's Wyatt Inman, a 6 foot, 270-pound junior. See if they're trying to help him up, and that's a big kid to help up, but he is up walking off the field under his umpire, kind of holding heavy on his right arm. So he's able to walk off. Burden walked off to the sideline, and I think since the trainer came out, he may have to take a play off. We'll see if he comes back out, but I think he's out for a play also. So both teams back out on the field, minus one player from the last play. 4:33 left to go in the first half. Stinson has first and 10 from his own 44-yard line. Matthews in the backfield. Matthews takes the handoff, lowers his head, hit just across the 45. That was East on the initial contact along with Bashir, finally brought down by Mitchell Harrelson. Be a gain of 3 on the play, no, gain of 4 on the play. Out to the 47-yard line. So second, we're going to give it to the 48-yard line. Second down and 6 for Mayfield. Extra tight end in for the Cardinals. One receiver each side. It's going to be a keeper by the quarterback. Flags go down in the backfield, and he's tackled across midfield. That was Guthrie in at quarterback. Guthrie's got a lot of snaps tonight at quarterback for Mayfield, Bob.
He's had several snaps. Apparently against the penalty against us.
And it's going to be a face mask against Caldwell County. And that's going to result in a first down for Mayfield. So a tough penalty for the Tigers as they had tackled really well on that run. Matthews, they're getting a big dose of Matthews on this drive.
5-yard penalty, though, so it must have been an incidental face mask.
Two receivers set each way for the Cardinals. It's Stinson with Matthews. Stinson keeps it, look downfield. Now he's going to tuck it and run himself. He gets out along the outside and driven out of bounds at the 33-yard line.
Well, these quarterbacks going down that sideline need to step out of bounds, Dennis, or they're going to get whacked.
Yeah, he tried to tiptoe it and took a hit as he went out of bounds. He stepped out of bounds, pushed out of bounds at the 33-yard line of Caldwell County.
A 9-yard run that time.
So second down and short for the Cardinals coming up. This is one where you got to watch the receivers. Mayfield may take a shot at this one deep. Stinson gets a receiver screen complete at the 30, and they'll get down to the 27-yard line. Enough for a first down. I thought maybe with second and only one that Mayfield might have tried something into the end zone from that distance.
And I would expect we might see that before this series is over.
So 1st and 10 for Mayfield as we get close to the 3-minute mark left in the half. Stinson takes it, looks down the field. He's going corner route, double coverage, and it's going to be overthrown. Nice coverage by Caldwell County. That's East and Trail Riley on the coverage for the Tigers. I think that one didn't fool anybody as Matthews didn't even leave the backfield on that one, stayed in the block. That play developed slow for Mayfield and good coverage by the Tigers. Will bring up 2nd down and 10 now for the Tigers. For the Mayfield Cardinals. I'm sorry, I was looking at something on the chat that John was showing me over here. A lot of people watching the live stream tonight. We welcome everybody watching. Glad to have you back on the live stream here on the road game tonight at Mayfield. Stinson is going to hand off to Matthews. He's going to try to cut it up the middle and hit, and it's going to be brought down. Flag on the play, but nice job by Van Hoosier. Fought off his block and able to make the ankle tackle on Matthews.
The flag thrown in that general vicinity, I don't know how that can't be, but possibly a hold against Mayfield.
A hold on the side judge. So it is a hold call against Mayfield. That will back it up to the Tiger 36-yard line. So a good play nonetheless, even though a penalty on the play. Tate Van Hoosier did a great job fighting off his block and made the ankle tackle, leg tackle on Matthews.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 18.
2nd and 18 now for the Cardinals as we are under 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Matthews in the backfield with Stinson. 2 receivers each side. Stinson looks down the field over the middle, incomplete. And Mayfield looking for a flag. Just very good coverage by Caldwell County on that one. And that's one thing these referees, I think they've done a great job tonight, Bob, keeping their flags in their pockets tonight, because there's times both teams could have had a penalty called on them, anywhere from unsportsmanlike to
definitely agree, and I think it's been a well-officiated game except for that one wacky play, which
not understanding the not first down on the Oliver Parker hit.
And it is a chippy game, and has been since that hit. So they've done a great job of keeping it under control.
Stinson drops back on 3rd and 20, throws to the outside. It's complete to Matthews. Matthews has the ball stripped. Ball still loose, and it looks like Caldwell County covered it. I think that was number 3 for Caldwell County. Dillon Cavanaugh comes up with it. Nice strip on the play of. I did not pick up.
I think that was Kentrey Matthews.
Yeah, Matthews with the fumble, but I'm not sure who stripped the ball from him.
I think that whoever we made the tackle, I didn't see that. Couldn't get his number.
But number 3, Dillon Cavanaugh, came up with the recovery up the sideline. So Caldwell County picks up another Mayfield turnover.
At the Tiger
39-yard line is where they'll mark that one. Jaggers has his squad on 1st and 10 from his own 39-yard line. 2.5 minutes to work with as this one's tied at 14. He's going to send Hollowell in motion. Hollowell gets the pass complete at the 35, turns it up the field and slips across the 40. Had some room over there. The guys here really getting on the referees, which I maybe could understand were on the other team, but
pass is complete out to the Tiger 43.
43-yard line. You have to get Derek some longer cleats. I think that's a couple of times tonight he's slipped on this soft field. Trip set to the right. Newsom by himself on the left. Jaggers takes a snap, looks up the field. It's complete to Hollowell, and he's got enough for a first down, pushed out of bounds in Mayfield territory. A Little Caesars first down all the way down to the 43-yard line of Mayfield. And Hollowell limps off the sideline. He'll be sub-4, hopping and keeping that left leg up off the ground, so we'll have to see what happened on that one. Took a pretty good hit going out of bounds. And Bob, looks like Oliver Parker back in the ball game for the Tigers. Handoff goes to Jameer Riley, tries a stiff arm, and he's going to be driven back for a loss back near midfield. But good to see Oliver Parker in. He may have been in on a couple of plays earlier, Bob. We just picked his number up, but good to see Oliver back in after taking that vicious hit earlier in this quarter.
Back to the 47, a loss of 4 yards on that play.
Bob, this quarter, the first one zipped by. This one seems like it's taken about an hour and a half to play. Caldwell County has a trip set to the left. Parker by himself to the right. They're going to swing it out to Samuel. It's complete. Samuel gets hit at the 50, ball on the ground, and Travion able to reach out and snag that one right back in. So good job by Travion. They're still trying to unpile that one, but it was Travion Samuel able to reach out. And it is Caldwell County ball. It'll be third down.
Pass out to the midfield.
Midfield is where they'll spot this. No, they're going to give it to the 49-yard line of Mayfield.
So a pass of 4 yards that time.
Caldwell County has the ball. Third and 13. And we are under a minute to go here in the first half. 2 receivers set each way with Samuel in the backfield for Jaggers. Samuel's going to go into the pass route, and Jaggers gets hit, and he'll be brought down back at his own 44-yard line. And that was just a pocket collapsing on Jaggers. So Caldwell County is going to come out, and they'll have to punt this one away. There'll be very little time for Mayfield to do anything whatsoever with it. Caldwell County just has to make sure that they get this one covered well, as Branch will come out, and he'll make contact near his 35-yard line. Branch back. We'll see if he takes the delay of game. Flag does come down. And the coaching staff here at Caldwell said they started the clock with 28 seconds, but still 8.2 left on the clock.
It's one of your 20-second play clocks.
And I'm yet to see a play clock. I don't know where it's hid at here at Mayfield, but I still haven't picked it out.
Oh, we're going to pick that one up and wave it off.
And they do wave that one off. And the coaching staff hollering, don't snap it here, and going into halftime tied with Mayfield. They've got to wind the clock, and they're going to let this one go. And it is halftime here. So at the half, it's Caldwell County in an impressive first half, taking care of the ball, getting some turnovers from Mayfield. And after one half of play, it's Caldwell County 14, Mayfield 14. We'll be back with the Little Caesars halftime report coming your way. Bob will have all of the first half stats. We'll look ahead to the second half. All of that coming your way in just a couple of minutes, so stay tuned. You're listening to Tiger Football on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
For Caldwell County Judge Executive. In almost 8 years of serving as magistrate on our fiscal court, I've made many friends and working relationships with state officials in Frankfort and county judges and magistrates across our state. When requesting funding, whether roads, bridges, grants, discretionary funds, or just additional support, these contacts are crucial. They must be able to put a face with a name. We must grow our jobs and economy to move to the future. I'm not looking to raise taxes. We need a reasonable budget and live within our means. I work for you, the taxpayers. I appreciate phone calls. Your vote is not for a friend, a relative, or a party. Party politics have no place in county government. I have the desire, training, and experience to fulfill the job. Please vote on November 6th to elect Philip Sisk as your county judge executive. Thank you. Paid by campaign of Philip Sisk, Eddie Sillinger, Treasurer, 401 Troon Drive, Princeton, Kentucky, 42445.
You can always expect great things at Planters Bank. When we say expect great things, what we're really saying is Planters Bank is here to provide the financial services you need. Planters Bank believes in the strength of our community and is a full-service financial institution. Our employees have a true passion for helping our neighbors, and it shows. See Jake Pepper and the rest of the Planters Bank staff at 208 North Jefferson. Planters Bank, member FDIC and equal housing
Hello,
lender.
I'm Morgan Russo, and I humbly ask for your vote this November for Princeton City Council. I work for government agencies and community development groups, so I know just how important it is for Princeton's Legislative Council to be financially responsible and community-minded. Princeton is growing as entrepreneurs start and expand businesses in our downtown. However, we cannot be complacent with our growth and must work together in making Princeton stand out. Transparency in spending and structuring a practical yet functional budget are critical to keeping Princeton moving forward. I promise to prioritize our needs based on citizen benefit and affordability. We can't grow if we don't create and pursue a new vision for Princeton. I hope to earn your vote on November 6th. If elected to City Council, I intend to keep your best interest in mind and work with you to make Princeton a place we can be proud to call home. Vote number 8 on the ballot, Morgan Russo for Princeton City Council.
Paid for by Morgan Russo for City Council.
Lock in your price for the winter by taking advantage of Fortner Gas Company's pre-buy and levelized billing programs. The pre-buy contract allows customers to pre-purchase propane based upon previous year's usage. At a fixed price per gallon, you can prepay for the gallons you would like to purchase for delivery after October 1st. The level billing option allows you to lock in the price of your propane without making payment for the entire pre-purchase at one time. A fixed price per gallon is contracted for delivery after October 1st and divided into 12 monthly payments and deducted from your checking account or credit card. Fortner Gas Company, Princeton, Cadiz, Murray, and Madisonville.
Hello, my name is Matt Schock, and I'm running for Caldwell County Attorney. Caldwell County is my home, and I've been serving our citizens from my law office on Main Street in downtown Princeton for over 11 and a half years. I'm a conservative, a Republican, and a Christian. I seek to be your county attorney because I truly believe it is the Lord's wish that I honor and love him by serving my fellow man and woman to the best of my ability every day. On November the 6th, please vote for me, Matt Schock, for Caldwell County Attorney. Paid for by the campaign fund of Matt Schock for Caldwell County Attorney.
Hello, this is Gloria Smith with the law office of Jeff Russo. Are you buying or selling real estate? Are you planning on refinancing your existing home loan? If so, you should be aware that you have your choice in which attorney provides the legal services associated with such transactions. Our law office has over 50 years of experience in real estate law. We pride ourselves on being cost-effective and having a quick turnaround time. If you're in need of such services, call us today at 365-2763 or find us on the web at www.jeffrussolaw.com. We are located in downtown Princeton on the east side of the courthouse.
This is an advertisement.
I'm Jared Jackson, and I'm running to be your district judge. I was born in Caldwell County and have been a practicing attorney in Princeton for the last 11 years. I'm very proud to be the son of 2 retired public school educators. When elected, I pledge to always treat everyone fairly and to administer justice in an impartial and unbiased manner. I have proudly served my community as a former president of the Chamber of Commerce and former co-chairman of Relay for Life. I'm committed to continued service to the citizens of Western Kentucky. Again, I'm Jared Jackson, and I would appreciate your vote on November the 6th.
Paid for by the campaign fund of Jared H. Jackson for District Judge.
We're your home for Tiger Sports, 1580, 103.3 WPKY and WPKYOnline.com. Tiger Sports coverage is brought to you in part by Kay's Kitchen, Caldwell County Health Department, McDonald's of Princeton, Princeton Health and Rehab, General Electric, La Potosina Mexican Restaurant, Raider Auctions, KFC, and by the Joshua Tree. On 1580, 103.3 WPKY, the voice of the Caldwell County.
Welcome back to Mayfield, Kentucky. We're at the half as Caldwell County and Mayfield are tied at 14. This is the Little Caesars halftime report brought to you by Little Caesars of Princeton, where you can get a $5 hot and ready classic, a large 14-inch pepperoni or cheese pizza, and you can also get an $8 premium Detroit-style deep dish. That's at the Princeton Little Caesars, and we appreciate them for being our halftime sponsors this season. Bob is about to finish totaling the stats up here at the half. A wild first half here as Mayfield had several turnovers. Caldwell County able to take advantage of a couple of those, but more importantly, keep the score close. Mayfield driving on one of them, and Caldwell County able to come up with the pick. Trell Riley having a big night. I think 2 picks on the night so far for Trell. The game marred a little bit by a play early in the second quarter, a big hit on Oliver Parker, and Parker stayed down at midfield for a pretty good little bit. Mayfield lost the services of number 5, Alonzo Daniel, on the play. Daniel called for targeting on the play. Big helmet-to-helmet contact, and Well, we were sitting up here thinking probably the worst with the hit that Parker took. You could see his head pop back. He was laid out trying to catch a pass. And Mayfield's player made not really a play on the ball, just a play on Parker. And Oliver got to be tough as nails to get up after that one. We even wondered if we would see him the rest of the game. I'm sure he had to get checked out for concussion on the sideline. Apparently passed all the tests because he returned the play late in that second quarter for Caldwell County. So that's going to be a big plus for the Tigers if we can keep Parker in the ball game.
It has been a chippy game from that point forward, and as we just mentioned late in the second quarter, officials have done a great job in kind of keeping control and telling the players to get away and all of that. So good that halftime did come around right now so that maybe they could further cool off and all that. But we're tied here at halftime, 14-14, and the scoring gets underway tonight in the ball game. Caldwell County scoring first on a 9-yard pass from Joby Jaggers to De'Eric Hollowell. That coming at the 10-minute, 8-second mark of the first quarter. Extra point good by Barrett Schultz. The Tigers lead at that point 7-0. Mayfield answers also in the first quarter on a 4-yard run by Connor Guthrie. At that time playing quarterback. He's alternated tonight with Jaden Stinson at the quarterback position. Haley with the extra point. That coming at the 4-minute, 38-second mark of the first quarter. Score tied at that point 7-7. Mayfield takes the lead in the second quarter on a 20-yard pass from Connor Guthrie to Caden Neely. That coming at the 10-minute, 10-second mark of the second quarter. The extra point was good by Haley. Mayfield leading at that point 14-7. Also in the second quarter, Gabe East on a 19-yard pass from Joby, coming at the 7-minute, 36-second mark, and that play coming after a pass interception by Trail Riley going down to the Mayfield 11-yard line. Caldwell County backed up by loss and a penalty, but Joby Jaggers connecting with Gabe East from 19 yards out, and the extra point good by Barrett Schultz at that time, making the score 14-14, and that's where we find ourselves here at halftime. It's been a pretty tough, stout defensive game on both sides of the ball. Caldwell County in the rushing department tonight with 15 carries. De'Eric Hollowell, 7 carries for only 2 yards. Jameer Riley, 6 carries for 24 yards. And Joby Jaggers, 2 carries for a negative 24. A big 17-yard loss on one and a 7-yard loss late in the second quarter. So Caldwell County with 15 rushing attempts in the first half with only 2 net yards. In the passing department, Joby 8 out of 17 with 1 interception in the first half. 2 passes to Travis Newsom covering 9 yards. Oliver Parker been shut out in the first half. Jameer Riley, 1 pass for 23 yards. Travion Samuel, 1 pass for 4 yards. Gabe East, 1 pass for 19 yards and a touchdown. And De'Eric Hollowell, 3 catches in the first half for 27 yards, and 1 of them a touchdown. So for Joby, his totals again, 8 out of 17, 1 interception for 82 yards. Caldwell County with 84 net yards in the first half. Caldwell County taking advantage of two fumbles by Mayfield, 1 on the opening kick, 1 late in the second quarter, and 3 pass interceptions. So Mayfield with 5 turnovers here at the halftime, and that has stalled their offensive momentum. For Mayfield in the first half, they've rushed the ball 17 times for 66 yards. They have completed 9 passes out of 16 attempts, 3 interceptions, 1 touchdown for Guthrie. The passing yards for Mayfield in the first half, 171. Total offense for Mayfield in the first half is 233 yards. So it's a bend, don't break defense for the Tigers, and 5 turnovers will certainly stop momentum anytime that you have this kind of game going on, Dennis.
So a good job by the Tigers. Like you said, bend but don't break. But they came up with those turnovers, interceptions galore for the Tigers tonight. I think Trail Riley with a couple of those. We've got about 4 minutes left before we kick this one back off in the second half. This is the Little Caesars halftime report, Little Caesars of Princeton, where you can get a $6 extra most bestest pepperoni pizza. And that sounds good right now, as does the $5 hot and ready. We've made works out of a couple of those this season back at Princeton, picked those up on the way to Tiger Stadium. So love picking up the pizzas out there, always hot, fresh, friendly service every time you go in there. We always enjoy going in Little Caesars of Princeton, and we appreciate Brian and the guys sponsoring us at halftime this season here on Tiger Football on WPKY. Bob, want to take a look at some area scores. Area scores are brought to you by Brad Harrelson of Encompass Wealth Management. At the half, a few scores around the area. Paducah-Tillman leads Christian County 12-0. Spencer County over Marshall County at the half, 21-0. And Graves County at the half, all over Callaway County, 40-12. Here at the War Memorial Stadium in Mayfield at the half, it's Caldwell County 14, Mayfield 14. And Bob, we talked about it. This is going to be a night where Caldwell County has to be ready for just about anything Mayfield throws. Mayfield had a little bit of success with the run game. Seemed like they went more of the run game the more that half went, and it was a big dose of Kent Trey Matthews there at the last for Mayfield, but even he was stripped of the ball on the play. So Caldwell County's defense really stepping up to the plate tonight.
I think 3 interceptions might have something to say about slowing down the passing attack for Mayfield. We mentioned earlier in the year, in our broadcast, that Stinson only has 1 interception so far this year. Well, he can add 3 more to that. He now has 4. And Caldwell County finding themselves in great field position on at least one of them, and we've not been able to break anything long. Just looking at the Mayfield sheet here, they've had in the first quarter when they went down to tie up the game, they had a 26-yard pass completion and a 36-yard pass completion. So that's 62 yards of their total. Later on in the next drive, they pick up a 17-yard and a 25 and a 20-yard completion. So a lot of early success in the air from Mayfield, but lately very little success in the air for the Cardinals, resulting in a somewhat change in their attack and going more from the running game. And Kentrey Matthews has not been able to break any run tonight of any consequence, as 17 carries for 66 yards, basically 3.56 yards per carry, and we get the ball to start the second half, Dennis. So it's all in our hands. What we said earlier in the game, if we can keep this thing close to the fourth quarter, I like our chances as well as anybody's chances.
Yeah, and Mayfield comes in averaging a little over 48 points a game, so that tells you how well the defense is playing up to this point. And like you said, the coverage has been great. The interceptions are really helping us out, fumble recoveries. So a good job by that Tiger defense, but still a half to go, because we know we were in a similar situation 2 years ago here, and it was all Mayfield in that second half. So we've got to guard against that. One of the bright spots, though, Bob, it's got to be the return of Oliver Parker after that big hit that he received in the early part of that second quarter. Took a helmet-to-helmet hit right at midfield, laid on the field for probably 10 minutes or better, but was able to walk off the field and actually re-enter the game late in that second quarter.
Well, yes, that was tremendous to be able to see that, and I'm sure caution to the everybody was cautious on that particular decision to send him back in. I'm sure he had to comply with that, and just a little shaken up, and took him 10, 15, 20 minutes to maybe get everything feeling like it should be, and he has no pass receptions tonight, and really is a factor, I think, coming into the second half here, because we've been able to get some people open deep. We just haven't been able to hit them, and so that could play into our hands here, whatever we do at halftime, adjustment-wise, a little change of strategy or whatever we might see here. So chess match coming up here in the second half, I think, Dennis.
It is, and all that last thing I'll say during the half here on the hit on Oliver, we talked to one of the television camera crew here that came up at halftime to get some pizza, And he said he's amazed that Parker came back into the ballgame after he watched it on replay on his camera. Said it was one of the biggest hits he had ever seen in a high school game. So congratulations to Parker for even being able to come back into the ballgame. As we said, Mayfield loses a defensive back and a wide receiver in the process for this game. So maybe that'll not happen any in the second half, but I think it did fire up both teams, maybe more so Caldwell County after that happened. But along with firing somebody up, you've got to watch those emotions, because along with emotions on a high school football team, you're going to get a little trash talking going on. So that's one thing that we can't fall back into. One of the things that bit us early in the season. We've got to keep the composure. And it's okay to play with the fire, but you want to play with the fire with a closed mouth.
Well, and I think I know there's been some situations out there that maybe in games past we would have seen the flag.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's a growth by this team. You're right. You're exactly right.
Thrown. So it's a important ball game tonight for both teams. You don't want to come out here and lay an egg. And Caldwell County has played really well. Certainly not the yardage that we have come to expect, but we have 14 points on the scoreboard and the opportunity to get the ball to start the third quarter and go from there.
And that's going to do it for us on the Little Caesars halftime report. Little Caesars of Princeton, where you can stop in and get a $5 hot and ready pizza, a $6 extra most bestest. And let me see, where did my sheet go? The one that sounds really good right now was that $8 pepperoni, it was a premium, $8 premium Detroit-style deep dish. Now, that sounds like it's worth $8 there. You just mentioned.
I thought you were going to go through that app application again, Dennis.
Well, the app, yeah. I've never have got that downloaded. I'm not much on a phone to do things like that, but that app, man, we talked about that early in the season. You can order a pizza from anywhere. You can find a store. You can drag and drop and get what you want on half a pizza and fix it up, and then they have it right there for you. So go by Little Caesars and tell Brian you appreciate them helping us to bring you Tiger football this season here on WPKY, because they are a big supporter of Tiger football, and we really appreciate those guys as they've been with us all season. Here we are. It seems odd that we're at the last regular season game, Bob. It's flying by this year, but we sure appreciate Brian and the guys there at Little Caesars.
We sure do, and I wish we had a longer halftime, Dennis. I believe I'd sneak over and get a piece of pizza, but we
I've
can't.
got my hopes that there's a little bit left after the ball game.
Well, maybe that's our only hope.
Because it does smell good. I know that's one of the perks, I guess, of John's spot over here. He was able to dive in on a little of it and gave the thumbs up, so it kind of rubbed it into us a little bit too there. But they always treat us well down at Mayfield. It's one of the fun places to come to. It's always a good game. And the folks down here are always hospitable to us, and they do a great job down here. We're ready to kick this one off here in the second half. It's going to be Mayfield kicking away to Caldwell County. We won the coin toss, wanted the ball in the second half, so we're about to get that and get this second half underway here from Mayfield, tied at 14 as Mayfield kicks it off. It's going to be.
And there's a flag, and Mayfield offsides on the kickoff.
And it's going to come back. They'll have to re-kick that one 5 yards back. I thought they just anticipated that one going out of bounds awful early. I didn't see the flag come in from the back.
There was one guy on this side, and then maybe 32 or number 15 was at least 1 yard offside when the kick was made, sitting right here looking down the yard line.
So they'll tee it up at the 35-yard line. We'll get it 5 yards farther upfield. You've got Trace Olden back along with Trail Riley for the Tigers. Mayfield approaches. This one cleanly in play, and this one's going to be fielded by Olden at the 23-yard line. He gets hit and hit hard, laid flat on his back, and I think that's going to be another helmet-to-helmet as a flag comes down again right at the 28-yard line. Olden took a shot, landed straight back on his back. But if the Mayfield player led with the helmet, I think that's what's drawing the foul here. Coach Morris out on the field wanting some explanation on this one. He's already lost one player to this. And we'll see what this one's going to result in. Personal foul.
How's it personal?
Right, personal foul against. Is it
Oh, wait.
offsetting, or did he make a mistake the first time?
Well, I don't know. I don't know who else was down there with us. It could have been a personal foul on.
I think he just
missed the call.
He
Yes.
messed up the first time, pointed the wrong way with the first play of the second half. You know, teams changing ends. I'm sure he was confused on that one. But the personal foul, helmet to helmet on Mayfield, and it's going to bring the ball out to the 44-yard line with good field position to start this second half for the Tigers. Caldwell County is going to come out with a 3-receiver set to the left. Jaggers drops back, gets a little pressure. That's going to go down. Flag in the backfield as Jaggers goes down all the way back at the 27-yard line. Flag back in that neighborhood also.
I think they're going to decline the penalty. I'm sure it was holding against us.
Yeah, it's hold against Caldwell County. You're right. They'll decline that. Yeah. And Caldwell County on the loss is going to go all the way back to their 27-yard line. And, Bob, that's one that Jaggers has got to try to get to the side and throw that one out of bounds.
Well, he knows this guy on this side is an extremely talented rusher, and he's just not trying to maneuver and get away from it with the time that he's got. He had probably 3 or 4 seconds then to get rid of the ball.
Yeah, you gotta chuck that one somewhere. That clock in his head's got to go off on that one. He's got to throw the ball, especially against the number 1 team in 2A. You know they're going to bring some good rush. Jaggers has 2 receivers each way. It's going to be a handoff to Hollowell. He's up across the 35, tackled at the 41-yard line. So a good run by Derek.
Derek to the 41, a 14-yard run that time, which was 2nd and 27. Now we're bringing up 3rd and 13.
So a good run by Hollowell. Gets about half of it back. Roughly, I'm not a math scholar, so I'm not going to get it down to the yard. I'll leave that to you, Bob. That's why you're the stat guy.
14-yard run, but making it 3rd and 13.
Jaggers drops back, gets some more pressure. Mayfield's coming with the pressure this time. Jaggers somehow stays on his feet, scrambles back out to the 40, so just a yard loss on the play. But Mayfield really bringing the rush here, amped it up here in the second half, and Caldwell County is going to have to punt. Branch on the field for the Tigers. They get some pressure on the punt. Branch gets it off. It's going to be fielded at the 30-yard line. Fair catch called by Mayfield at the 31. So, Bob, even on that one, Mayfield got through the line and put some pressure on Tripp just before he got that kick away.
29-yard punt that time, and if that ball was caught in the air, so if it bounces, capable of picking up 10, 15 more yards on the ground, and Mayfield did not let that happen.
So it's going to be Mayfield, their first possession of the second half. Jared Stinson, the quarterback, has Matthews in the backfield. He hands off to Matthews, hit by a Caldwell player at the 31, turns it around, bounces it outside, and he's run out of bounds at the 35. Thought Caldwell County was going to bring him down right at the line of scrimmage. He was able to lower his helmet, bounce off of that one, spin move it to the left side, and goes out of bounds at the 35 for a pickup of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for Mayfield. Stinson stays in the backfield at quarterback. He's rotated quite a bit with a young man named Connor Guthrie tonight. Stinson has 2 receivers each side. He's going to swing pass it out to Matthews. It's complete at the 29. Matthews lowers his head at the 35, gets it up to the 36-yard line. Pickup of 1 on the play. And 3rd down and 5 coming up for the Cardinals. It's going to be Stinson. Thought he was staying in. No, it's going to be Guthrie coming in as Stinson comes out of the ball game. Connor Guthrie has played quite a bit of quarterback tonight. I don't know that we really expected that. I didn't remember Coach Barnes saying a lot about him coming in at quarterback in the pregame show. But he's going to bring in, and he's going to keep it, fakes the handoff to Matthews, turns it straight up the field, up across the 40, and it looks like it's going to be enough for a 1st down out at the 42-yard line.
6-yard run and just enough for the 1st down.
Needed 5, got 6, and it's 1st down Cardinals. Connor Guthrie stays in the ball game. He has Matthews in the backfield with him. A trip set to the left, single receiver to the right. Mayfield going into the wind here in the third quarter. They hand it off to Matthews. He's going to try the left side, gets up near midfield, and tackled there by East right at the 50-yard line. They may spot the ball just the nose of it in Caldwell territory. Will still spotted at the 50. Has a good run by Mayfield, has them in second and short, 2nd and 2. And Stinson's going to come back in the ball game. He's going to keep Matthews in the backfield to his left shoulder. Extra tight end for Mayfield as they put one receiver each side. Matthews takes the handoff. He's in Caldwell territory. Shakes off a tackle. Finally pulled down by East at the 41. And flags come in everywhere after that one. I got a feeling that's going to be East with a little bit of an extra push unless Matthews did something on the ground that could be picked up by the official. And it's going to be personal foul against the Tigers. Little jawing going on as Matthews went to the ground. Got a little extra love tap coming from East. And that tap is going to cost Caldwell County yardage on the play. As Mayfield now well into Tiger territory, all the way down to the Tiger 26-yard line. Stinson fakes it to Matthews. His flags are going to stop this one. And it's going to be a movement by Mayfield. That'll back them up 5 yards. So 1st down and 15 coming up for the Cardinals. And Bob, you got to take your hat off to these officials here. I think they've done a whale of a job tonight against two teams that are very good, but a lot of added heat in the ball game after that hit on Parker in that first half. Stinson, 1st and 15, takes a snap, looks down the field, and it's going to be incomplete. I think the pass was not on line, and also the receiver slipped on this moist field. And 3rd and 15 coming up, or 2nd and 15, excuse me. So Mayfield with the incompletion. Clock stops at 7:56. This one's still tied here in the third quarter at 14. Connor Guthrie back in. Bob, it's just a matter of two or three plays for each quarterback. Guthrie with the keeper is going to fire it on the right side. Finds a hole, gets up near the 25 and driven backwards. So Guthrie with a design keeper on that one. It's going to be spotted, looks like at the 25-yard line.
Pick up a 1 yard, so
3rd down and 9 for the Cardinals coming up as Stinson comes back into the ball game. Caldwell County's defense has a great time here to make a big stand. Matthews at the left shoulder of Stinson, 2 receivers each way. Stinson looks down the field, and it's going to be complete at the 19-yard line. And a catch by number 19.
Not quite enough for the first down, though. 5 yards.
Diaz Perry, a junior. And, Bob, a lot of these names we've called tonight are juniors, so Mayfield will bring a great team into the district next year against Caldwell County. And not to surprise anybody, it seems like they always do. Year in and year out, they just reload. This is going to be a field goal attempt by Mayfield. It's going to be spotted at the 26-yard line, a 36-yard attempt. Caldwell County defensively sets up. They bring the pressure. Kick is up. Plenty of distance. And it is no good. Wide left. So Caldwell County, much like the first half, bends but does not break. And this one stays tied at 14 on the missed field goal attempt by Mayfield. 6:25 to go in the third quarter.
And the good thing about that, Dennis, is we didn't go offside. That would have been really, really terrible.
Caldwell County brought, I think it was East coming in from that far side, had some pretty good penetration, rushed the kicker just a little bit maybe. But he put a little hook on it going against the wind. Kind of surprised me that they went for that. Caldwell County's going to take over at their own 21-yard line. Jaggers is going to have Riley and Hollowell in the backfield. Two receivers to the right. This one's going to go to Jameer Riley. Finds a hole across the right side. Gets it up near the 25-yard line. Jameer's made some pretty nice runs tonight, Bob, but he's also had a lot of company in that backfield at times.
Well, I don't know whether we're changing a little strategy now because we've been unable to block them, hold them back, and we're the short passes are just not there. Maybe.
Trip set to the right. Jaggers looks up the field. It's in and out of the hands of Jameer Riley. Incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Tigers. And Bob, you see the referees wiping that football off just about every time they spot the ball. So I'm sure these footballs are starting to soak up some of the moisture on this field tonight. That's a couple to Jameer that normally he catches and has not been able to hold on to them. That last one coming close to the 1st down marker. It's going to be Jaggers. Takes a snap, looks back. This time gets some protection, throws up the field. He wanted East. East slid. He had the yardage for the 1st down, but slid, unable to bring that one in, so it's incomplete. And, Bob, you can see the field really torn up on that end. Most of the play has been within the 15-yard line to midfield on Caldwell County's end. So Trip Branch will come out for another punt, his second of the second half. 5:49 left to go in the 3rd quarter. 3rd quarter brought to you by Cozy Living. Kick is up, and it's going to be fielded at the Caldwell 48. He's got some room across midfield. Flag on the play. Finally dragged down near the 40-yard line. Caleb Burden on the tackle. Flag is out at midfield. Caldwell County has a player down. Looks like it may be a cramp situation. And we'll see what the call is on the play. Tiger player.
The flag came here at midfield, so.
Okay. It came just after Mayfield received the punt. So I'm not sure what this one is. Officials gathered at the Caldwell 45 to talk this one over. And Caldwell County still has a player down with the Cramps. Tried to get up, unable to do so. Tried to pick up a number while he was getting up, but could not pick it out. I'm not sure if that maybe is Van Hoosier, but really not sure. So the referees break the huddle. Let's see what the call is going to be on the field. And he's going to keep us in suspense a little longer. Personal foul, Caldwell County. Personal foul, Mayfield. Van Hoosier, number 32, is Van Hoosier is the one down with the Cramps. So offsetting personal foul penalties.
When did our personal foul penalty occur, I guess, on the tackle?
I'm not sure. And it's going to be Van Hoosier limping off with cramps. But the ball is going to be spotted. Mayfield had a pretty nice run back on the play.
It's a repunt, so to speak.
So Branch back out on the field. You get another shot at this. Back deep is Cade Neely. He's done some damage to the Tigers tonight. Almost blocked. Branch gets it off, but it's going to be a poor punt out of bounds, and this is going to stay in Caldwell territory. Looks like at about the 40-yard line. And actually he's going to step it inside the 40 to the, or he's just going to practice some dance moves over there.
Looks
I
like
don't know what he's going to do, 39 maybe?
Maybe 40. It looks like the 40 to me.
All right, we'll spot her at the 40. Let's see if he'll get set after the two-step he was doing over there on the side. Mayfield really bringing the pressure, Bob, off of that defensive line here in the second half, causing Caldwell County some trouble. So it's going to be Stinson with an empty backfield on first down. 2 receivers to the right, 3 to the left. Stinson keeps it himself, looks up the middle. He's got some room, and he slides down just shy of the 30-yard line. So a nice gain by Stinson will give them second down and short. Mayfield spread Caldwell County out on that one. It was a called keeper by Stinson the whole way. Out of an empty backfield set. Ball spotted at the 32-yard line. Pickup of 8 on the play by Stinson. 2nd and 2 for the Cardinals. Matthews behind Stinson. Trip set to the left. Stinson looks up the field, and it's bobbled incomplete. Nice coverage by Gabe East on the play. The Cardinals, number 3, Connor Guthrie, had the ball inside the 20. Could not hold on. East made the contact, knocked it loose completely, and it's going to be 3rd and 2 for the Cardinals. So, Bob, I think that's where some of these footballs may be getting a little bit slick from the field conditions tonight, because in the first half, Mayfield was catching everything on those little slant patterns.
And everybody was more or less keeping their footing, and it's definitely changed as the game has gone on.
Really chopped up on that end of the field. Big stand here for Caldwell County, 3rd down and 2. It's Connor Guthrie in the backfield. He's going to keep it himself, and he picks up the first down to the 25-yard line. So Mayfield cashes in on the 3rd and 2. It's 1st and 10 now for Mayfield. We're down to 4:42 left to go in the 3rd quarter. This game's still tied at 14.
Dennis, we're going to have to do more hollering in our broadcasting, it feels like, because everybody we go to goes crazy.
I'm not sure my blood pressure can handle what they do on the other end down there, but he has got some enthusiasm. This handoff is coming to big number 11. He's dragged down from behind by Travion Samuel and Caleb Burden.
Maybe maybe a yard gain on that play.
So what was Big 11's name? That kid's got some good size to him, but he's carried the ball really well.
Marcasio Jackson.
And I'll bet you he's a junior, and he is.
2nd and 9 for the Mayfield Cardinals. Clock still running. 3:45 to go in the 3rd quarter.
2-back set for Guthrie. Guthrie's going to roll to his right. He's got some pressure over there. Now being chased, looks to the end zone, throws it up for grabs, and it's touchdown Mayfield. Number 19, Guthrie to Diaz Perry. So Caldwell County comes from almost a sack to giving up the touchdown pass. That score coming at 3:33 to go in the 3rd quarter. Diaz Perry got behind his defender, end zone, and Guthrie lobbed one up, and it was probably the easiest catch Perry has had all season. So from almost a sack to a touchdown, and it's Mayfield now trying to tack on the extra point. Snap is down. Caldwell gets a player back there, almost blocked, hits the goal post, and goes through. So with 3:33 left in the 3rd quarter, it's Mayfield 21, Caldwell County 14. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Tiger Football on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
In Princeton, Kentucky. Are you wanting the best options that meet your needs? If so, call our friendly and professional agents who are just a phone call away at 365-5541 or visit our website, woodall@woodallagency.com. We will give you a free quote for your home, auto, or even your business. We will get back with you on the best options that meet your needs. Our office is located at 110 West Washington Street. Call Woodall, y'all.
Back to War Memorial Stadium in Mayfield. It's the Mayfield Cardinals taking the lead here in the 3rd quarter on Caldwell County, 21-14. Pass play from Guthrie to Perry. And Bob, I'm not sure if that was Stinson in the ball game that he eludes the pass rush of Caldwell County. Guthrie a little bit faster, somewhat smaller quarterback, but a little bit faster, was able to scramble around, finding the open receiver in the back of the end zone.
I'm not sure who the quarterback was either then, Dennis.
Guthrie was the quarterback on that play, but I don't think Stinson avoids the pass rush as well as Guthrie does.
I think it was a left-handed, so I think it was Stinson. It was, to me, it looked like a left-handed throw. You think it was right-handed?
Yeah, it was Guthrie on the
on the touchdown pass?
Yeah. Almost certain. Kick goes out of bounds. And I think the Tigers are going to take this one. They're not going to make Mayfield re-kick this one. We'll check on, I bet it'll be on Twitter here in a little bit. So Caldwell County is going to take over, trailing now 21-14. Two receivers each way for Caldwell County. Hollowell in the backfield with Jaggers. Jaggers with the quick hit looking for Parker. That one's knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. And a lot more pressure in this second half in that backfield for the Mayfield Cardinals.
There was a lot of congestion where that ball was headed. I'm not sure if it gets over the hand of the person that swats it down, what's going to happen.
So Caldwell County goes back, two receivers each way. They'll hand it off to Hollowell, lowers his head, and gets up near the 40-yard line. Nice run by Hollowell to keep those legs moving and gets it up to the 39-yard line. So 3rd down and 6 coming up for the Tigers. Jaggers gets the play from the sideline, brings it in. You've got Trell Riley, Oliver Parker near side, Jameer and Newsom to the far side. Derek Hollowell in the backfield. Jaggers drops back. He's got some pressure coming up, and he tries to throw it. Ball comes loose on the play. It's Mayfield with the cover near the 10-yard line.
And just like that, we're back in this game.
And the turnover goes in Mayfield's direction. And Jaggers just ran out of time on that one. Mayfield brought the rush. He tried to get away. I think he wanted to get rid of it. Maybe he had the ball a little bit loose in his hand. Mayfield slung him around trying to make the tackle, and when they did, the ball came loose, and Mayfield recovers inside the 10-yard line. Or are they going to mark that? Bob, it is so hard to tell. I'm just doing you terrible on your stats, but let's call it the 12. Looks like about the 12-yard line. They're back a little bit from the 10. It's Guthrie, takes a snap. He's going to keep it himself. Takes it down across the 5-yard line to the 4. So little chippy contact going on in the end zone between the two teams. They'll get that separated. Caldwell County needs a big stand here, Bob. It's been a good game so far, but you dearly do not want to fall 2 scores behind on this Mayfield squad. Guthrie stays in at quarterback. He's going to hand off. It's big number 11, goes in, and he gets in. Touchdown, Mayfield. And that is Marcasio Jackson with the touchdown. They go with that heavy package right on that goal line. And number 11 able to take it in for Mayfield. And the lead now out to 27-14 pending the extra point. Bob, a 6'1", 225-pound back in Marcasio Jackson. So the biggest lead of the night for either team as Mayfield will get set to try to put in the extra point. Snap is back. They get it down, almost blocked again. Plenty of distance, and the kick is good. So with 2:07 left to go in the 3rd quarter, big turnover costs Caldwell County as they fall behind now 28-14 to Mayfield. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Tiger Football on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Let the entertaining begin. Hi, this is Pam Haverlock at Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique. With family gatherings about to begin, we are offering for the month of October, buy a sofa and get the Love Cedar accent chair half off. Special orders are included. Wow, that's an exciting deal right there. Come to Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique and take advantage of this awesome deal. Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique, 102 Northfield Drive in Princeton, right next to the bowling alley. Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique is everything a home should be.
And we are back to Mayfield. Going to give a shout out to Mike Dowdy, who's replied into us watching the live stream. Says it's been a great game to watch and been a close game so far. We appreciate you watching tonight, Mike, here on the live stream on WPKY.
Tigers coming out, lining up for the kickoff. Mayfield already in possession to kick off. Now Caldwell County getting set. 2 minutes and 7 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. And back deep again are Trail and Trace Olden. Mayfield kicking off from their 40-yard line.
Trace Holden has been the one getting most of the returns tonight. We'll see if Mayfield continues to go to that side. They have had trouble keeping the ball in the playing field. Looked like offsides on that one. They're going to whistle number 83, I think it was, got a little jump on that one. And that one will come back 5 yards. Taking a look at some area scores brought to you by Brad Harrelson of Encompass Wealth Management, where you can have help on all of your financial and retirement planning needs. Marshall County gets on the scoreboard, avoids the shutout. Spencer County leads that one 35-6. A battle of St. X's. It's St. X of Ohio leading St. X of Kentucky 34-7.
And that's St. X of Cincinnati against Louisville St. X.
And apparently the Cincinnati's got a whale of a St. X to have that big a lead on Louisville St. X 34-7.
Really strong football team. Probably in the nation's number, inside the number top 10 in the nation.
This one's going to go back, received by Trace Olden at the 15-yard line. Tries to take it back to the left side. Covers a lot of room. He gets to the outside. He's got some room. Hit and driven out of bounds up near the 35-yard line. Nice return by Trace Olden. So Caldwell County will take over, trailing this one now 28-14. Under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Bob, we'll check some stats up here in the booth on who did actually throw that touchdown pass. Now I've got myself wondering about it. But the one that put Mayfield ahead 21-14. Caldwell County comes out. Jaggers drops back, looks down the field, got some protection, into double coverage, actually triple coverage, looking for Trail Riley. It falls incomplete.
That time we sent an extra blocker to help out on this right side offensive line for Caldwell.
Tigers have had a little bit of trouble here in this second half. Mayfield has really come with the rush. Tigers, two backs in the backfield. Busted play. Jaggers is going to be thrown for a loss. Turned to hand it off, and nobody home for Caldwell County. Both backs went up to block. And on the busted play, Caldwell County is going to lose yardage back to the 28.
Brings up a 3rd and 18, definitely a passing situation. And, you know, Mayfield's going to pin their ears back and come.
So things going south for Caldwell County here in the latter part of the third quarter. Trailing this one 28-14 and facing 3rd down and 16 right now. 2 receivers each way. He's going to keep Hollowell in the backfield. Snap is low. Jaggers goes down and gets it. He's going to have to scramble, looks up the field. He's got some room. He's going to try to lower his head and pick up the first down, pushed out of bounds near the first down marker. Flags go down. He may have been hit out of bounds. Flags in from every direction. And we'll see what the call is, but you like the chances on the late hit coming against Mayfield.
Probably Joby needed 18 and got real close to getting the 18, and then if that's the flag, it's going to tack on 15 more. But the officials have to have their conference, so we'll see what happens
It
here.
has been well officiated game, but you get 7 officials together. It's going to be a little bit extra talking than maybe we see during the regular season.
So.
And did they pick the flag up?
No, or did they?
I think they're. I haven't seen a.
2 different officials threw a
it.
flag, so two different people saw 2 different things, or the same thing.
And I'm not sure. Block in the back against Caldwell County. Personal foul against Mayfield. So they'll mark off the block in the back, come back up, and add the personal foul penalty. So it's going to be enough for a Little Caesars first down for Caldwell County. They'll have the ball at their own 46-yard line. And Caldwell County stays alive on the drive as we are under 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Jaggers, 2 receivers each way with Hollowell in the backfield. He's going to put Jameer Riley in motion. Jaggers, screen pass complete to Hollowell. Hollowell slips. He had some yardage to pick up and goes down on the ground after a pickup of about 6 yards. And Bob, that's about 3 times I can remember Derek's slid trying to make a cut. But the pass play is complete and gets Caldwell County into Mayfield territory.
At the Mayfield 40.
Looks like the 46-yard line is where they'll spot this one. But I think Hollowell had a few more yards left in him on that one had he not slipped. And it's going to be a penalty. They had a flag. We didn't see the flag just across midfield. They picked that up. We'll see what the call is. But it's apparently against Caldwell County as they are marching this one back. Maybe we bragged too early on the stripes tonight. They started out good, but this is getting to be like some cold molasses here with some of these calls and discussions.
Well, now we're coming back upfield, the Tigers are, so.
47 seconds left in the third quarter as we await what's going on.
I didn't see anybody downfield but our blockers on the outside, our wide receivers.
They're standing right at midfield holding the football. Still 3 of the 7 up there trying to make sense out of what's going on. And the white hat comes over now to give us the legal man downfield is declined. Block in the back against Caldwell County is going to be called. So 2 penalties on the play by the Tigers. And that's going to spot it back at the 40. They put it at the 44-yard line. As the clock starts up, this could be the last play of the third quarter unless it's incomplete. Jaggers takes a step. It's going to be a handoff to Hollowell, and he's going to be hit and no gain on the play. In fact, he's going to lose some yardage back to the 41-yard line. So we'll see if Caldwell tries to get another play off before the end of the third quarter, but the loss on the play takes it back to actually the 40-yard line, Bob.
So a 4-yard loss that time by Derek on his run.
And I think they're going to let the clock tick down on this one. So after 3 quarters of play, it's Caldwell County trailing Mayfield now 28-14. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Tiger Football on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
Restaurant in Princeton or Marion. Maria's specials are a local favorite you're sure to love. Or you might want to try the new street tacos. Tacos de asada, tacos de carnita, or tacos de chorizo. La Potosina is now open 7 days a week, Monday through Thursday, 11 to 9. Friday and Saturday, 11 to 9:30. And Sundays, 11 to 9. And they offer lunch specials Monday through Friday, 11 to 3. Be sure to like them on Facebook for updates and specials. La Potosina Mexican Restaurant in Princeton or Marion.
The new GMC Sierra is here in 2019, the most sophisticated luxury truck on the road today. In 2019, they've released the AT4, the ultimate off-road vehicle for off-road enthusiasts and hunters alike. The AT4 comes with a factory-installed 2-inch lift and off-road wheels and tires. In the front of the pack is where the Denali with the 6.2-liter engine, followed by the SLT and SLE trim levels. More refined styling and badging has added a bold appearance for the most sought-after vehicle in the truck market. Trice Hughes.
And we are back to Mayfield. Caldwell County set to start the fourth quarter, down 28-14. Jaggers has his offense spotted at the Tiger 40-yard line. Jaggers takes it, rolls to his right, and he's got a player open, complete, up near midfield. And we'll see what's going on the far sideline. Some confusion on the field. Bob, we're getting a little bit of a kick out of the announcer for Mayfield. Is really enthusiastic and does not like the job of the referees so far tonight, but the play is complete.
Who was the receiver on that pass play?
I did not.
Was it Travis or?
I think it was. Yeah, it's Newsom stays on that side. Snap is low. Jaggers picks it up. Looks over again. It's going to be complete again to the far sideline. And that is no, that's Parker on that far side. Parker the last two receptions, Bob. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's Newsom on this side.
And that's good for a first
that's
down.
Little Caesars first down unless something's going on. You see a conversion of the officials again. And it is a first down, Caldwell County.
And
I don't see what took the team call on that one, but it's going to be a Little Caesars first down spotted at the Mayfield 42-yard line. So Caldwell County has a first down at the Mayfield 43. Jameer Riley, Derek Hollowell in the backfield with Joby. Parker far side alone. They're going to hand it off to Riley. Riley tries to turn it up the middle. Gets to the outside, picks up about 3 yards on the play down to the 40-yard line. Good run by Jameer Riley. He's made some good runs tonight, Bob, but the yardage is just tough on the ground for Caldwell County.
It's tough, and when you have to dig into the ground to get your footing, that's makes it extra tough.
Two receivers left, one to the right for Caldwell. Jaggers wanted Parker. Now he's going to have to run. Tucks it under, gets across the 40, lowers his head, and gets pushed out of bounds with a flag on the play. And you look for that to maybe be a hold on one of the receivers on the outside as Jaggers had to scramble and tried to get over the left side, but a flag down at the 37-yard line.
That's where they ran him out of bounds.
And it's a hold against Caldwell County. So what looked like it was going to be a fairly quick and well-played game has really slowed down after that first quarter as Caldwell County on the penalty will be backed up near midfield.
48-yard line
Mayfield. Caldwell County is going to go trip set to the right. Travis Newsom alone on the left. Parker, the far side receiver. Jaggers takes a snap, drops the ball, looks up the field. He's got some room. He's going to take it himself. Up across the 45, the 40, lowers his head and gets pushed out of bounds at the 40-yard line. So a good run by Joby Jaggers. Caldwell County looks like they're going to stay in that trip set to the right. They're looking to the sideline. Clock ticking. No, the ball went out of bounds. I'm sorry. Clock stops at 10:16. Jaggers does lead the trip set to the right with Newsom to the left.
Be third down and 8 yards for the Tigers. Joby, a 12-yard run then.
And hit in and out of the hands of Trell Riley. Jaggers hit as he threw it as Mayfield brought the pressure, brought the blitz. Picked up initially by Caldwell County, but the pass in and out of the hands of Trell Riley, and it'll bring up fourth down for the Tigers. And Bob down 2 touchdowns with 10 minutes left. It looks like the Tigers may be staying out on the field to go for it. Fourth down and 8 coming up for the Tigers. This could be big.
Yeah, I believe you have to roll the dice now.
4th and 8 for the Tigers. Hollowell in the backfield just to block, and Mayfield kind of gets caught off guard. They're going to take a timeout. So a timeout on the field. We'll keep it right here, John, on this one. A quick timeout by Mayfield. 10-11 to go here in the ball game. It's Mayfield 28-14 over Caldwell County. And Caldwell County kind of putting it all on the line right here at 4th and 8. 10 minutes to go left here in the ball game and down 2 touchdowns. So we'll see what Coach Will Brown comes up with on this play. And Bob, we got confirmation that it was Connor Guthrie on that touchdown pass in the third quarter that put Mayfield ahead 21-14. But a very tough played game tonight. There's been some big hits on both sides. There's been some sloppy play here as the emotions have gotten a little bit high since midway of the second quarter. But still a battle of two teams that look to go a long way in the playoffs. Of course, Mayfield, much like Kentucky, anything less than the championship is kind of considered a bad year sometimes for them. Caldwell County looking to make a big run in their final year in 3A as we'll drop down to 2A and into the district with Mayfield next season. Caldwell County, 4th and 8. They'll come out with an empty backfield. Trip set to the right. 2 receivers to the left. Jameer Riley. Travis Newsom to the left. And there's going to be another timeout on the field. Caldwell County is going to come out, see how Mayfield set up for that one as they had the empty backfield set. So Caldwell County sees what they want to see, takes the timeout. They'll set up another play. Timeouts are brought to you by Russo Law. Russo Law is located downtown Princeton, ready to serve all of your legal needs. And Bob, the most inaccurate thing you can say about this game is that you hear somebody say this game really doesn't matter with the playoffs coming up. This game matters. It's Mayfield. It's the number 1 team in 2A, and you're wanting to make a statement if you're Caldwell County.
And so Caldwell County,
it really
again,
does matter.
Playing the 3rd-ranked team in Kentucky tonight and playing them fairly strong.
The big difference right now, Jaggers had a big rush on him, lost the ball. Mayfield took over deep in Caldwell territory, able to punch it in for their biggest margin of the night. Now Caldwell County is going to come out with a trip set to the left. They switch that. 2 receivers to the right. Mayfield shows blitz. They bring it. Jaggers gets the protection. Now he's going to roll. Looks back up the field. He's got some room. Gets across the 40. Trips trying to make a run and trying to make a move. Goes down in that bad part of the field. And he's down at the Mayfield 37-yard line. Well short of a first down. So the turnover on downs is going to give it to the coach. There's a flag on the far side of the field, though. We'll see what this is. Mayfield signaling it's against Caldwell County, and it is. It's declined. So Mayfield will take over from their own 37-yard line. Jaggers had some room, Bob. He was looking up the field, but some of the same areas that's giving trouble to De'Eric Hollowell tonight. Players having trouble getting that footing to make a turn. And he went down with some open room still left. It's going to be Mayfield ball with 9:59 left to go in the ball game. Stinson's going to come out with an empty backfield on first down. 3 receivers to the right. Stinson's going to keep it, goes up the middle. He's got some room. He's up near midfield. He's going to take it to the far sideline. Hit and driven out of bounds. Nice tackle by Jameer Riley on the far sideline. But it'll be enough for a first down for Mayfield up to their own 48-yard line. Caldwell County yet to score here in the second half as Mayfield has tacked on 2 touchdowns after the half.
Mayfield 48-yard line.
48-yard line, I think, is where they're going to spot this one. Jameer Riley put a good hit on Stinson as Stinson was trying to take it up the sideline. Stinson stays in the ball game. He'll have Matthews in the backfield with him. They'll go heavy lined up set on the right side. Stinson gives it to Matthews. He's going to go up the middle, takes a hit, and gets dragged down across midfield into Tiger territory at the Tiger 47-yard line. So a pickup of about 5 on the play.
And you would expect Mayfield to keep it on the ground here to keep running clock.
Yeah, I don't expect a lot out of Stinson through the air with a 2-touchdown lead and possession in Tiger territory. You're right, Bob. Caldwell County really needs to come up with a turnover. Mayfield gave up 5 turnovers in the first half. And that was a big difference in keeping that score close for the Tigers. So far, nothing here in the second. Stinson has Matthews in the backfield, but an extra block on the flanker spot. Matthews takes it. He's going to come right side. Gets a block. It's going to be East with a nice tackle from behind with some help from Van Hoosier and also Caleb Burden. They stop Matthews at the Tiger 42-yard line.
Pretty close to a measurement, and they're going to give it to him.
Yeah, I think they're going to give it to him on the spot. I think the chain game might have moved a little bit quick. I think Caldwell kind of could have asked for a measurement on that one. Instead, it's going to be first down Mayfield as they'll start taking some time off of the clock now with 8:44 left in the ball game. Caldwell County trying to hold and come up with a big play here defensively. Stinson in the backfield, trip set to the left. They'll hand it off. Flag in the backfield. Movement on Mayfield will back them up 5 yards. And it'll be 1st and 15 for the Cardinals. Bob, the wind really picked up here in the fourth quarter. You can see the flag standing straight out now here at Mayfield.
And I can feel it. I thought maybe somebody had opened a window here.
Well, I think the far coaching staff has the windows open on those sliding windows on the far end. But much cooler here as this game has gone along. Wind at the back of Mayfield here in the fourth quarter.
1st and 15 for the Cardinals. 8 minutes, 23 seconds.
2 receivers each way. It's complete on the flare pass. And a good tackle on this side by Caldwell County. It was complete, but Tate Van Hoosier with a nice tackle. And I don't think they'll have any gain on that one.
No gain at all.
At the 47-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 15.
As we go under 8 minutes to go in the ball game, Mayfield leading this one 28-14. 2 receivers each way from Mayfield. Stinson's going to throw it. He goes over the middle. Big hit by Van Hoosier. It's complete at the 43-yard line, but a hit immediately by Tate Van Hoosier on Matthews is going to limit the yardage on that one. Still 3rd down and long for the Cardinals coming up. Area score tonight, Owensboro beat Henderson County 35-21. 2 receivers each way again for Mayfield. Stinson's going to throw the ball again. He gets some pressure, looks up the field. He's got some room, throws it incomplete. No flags on the play. This has been fun watching the game and hearing some down from the other end, Bob. The guy's enthusiastic. You got to give him that.
Definitely.
So the incompletion stops the clock with 7:08 left to go in the ball game. 4th down for Mayfield. They're going to keep the offense on the field. Caldwell County is going to drop back east for a pooch kick. And it is Mayfield with the quick kick. Goes up, and it's going to hit at the 15, take a Mayfield bounce, and it's going to go inside the 10 and down at the 7-yard line. So Caldwell County, not a lot of time in the ball game and a long way to go. We need 2 scores, and we need one of them fairly quick. 6:58 to go here in the ballgame. Caldwell County trails 28-14 here in the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter brought to you by our friends at Cozy Living. Stay tuned after the game for the postgame show. Postgame brought to you by Trilogy Performance Sports of Princeton. We'll have all of the game stats and a look ahead to playoff action next week from Tiger Stadium. Jaggers trip set to the left, low snap. Joby picks it up. Now he's being chased in the end zone, throws the ball out, complete to Hollowell. Flag in the backfield. Maybe a late hit on Jaggers as he got rid of the ball.
I think that's the call. So pass complete out to the 14-yard line.
Yeah, it was a nice catch by Hollowell as he stayed in bounds, made the catch right on the sideline. Flag comes up in the end zone,
and it is
roughing the passer, And they'll move that one up some more. So it's a big Little Caesars first down for Caldwell County as they get out of their own shadow of the goalpost. And the ball is going to be spotted out at the, looks like about the 28 yard line. We'll call it the 28. And Caldwell County with a big game between the pass completion and the penalty on the play. Ball at the 28 yard line. Little Caesars first down, 1st and 10, Tigers. 2 receivers near side. You've got Travion Samuel, Derek Hollowell in the backfield. Newsom, the near side receiver. Parker, far side. Jaggers takes it, hands off to Hollowell, and he's smothered at the line of scrimmage. Probably loses a couple of yards in the play. Actually, they're going to mark him back all the way to the 25-yard line. Loss of 3 on the play. No hope for Derek Hollowell on that one. As soon as he took the handoff, it was black jerseys all around.
And the ball, I know it's being hard because just about Joby now is fielding every snap from center on the ground. And
another flag on the play. Oh, was it a face mask? I think they called. Penalty gives it to Caldwell County at the 33-yard line. The official made the call very quickly. 3 receivers set to the left. Again, a low snap. This one's on the ground. Caldwell County able to fall on it, but it's going to be back to the 29-yard line. Snap was low. Jaggers picked it up, tried to make the handoff, and Hollowell could not get together on it. It hits the ground, and Derek covers it up. So it was a face mask call on Mayfield. 2nd down and 9 now for Caldwell County. Jaggers takes it, drops back, gets some pressure, keeps it himself, looks up the middle, and he's going to be thrown down. Ball comes loose. I thought they had him in the grass, but it's going to be a turnover as Jaggers is stripped of the ball, and it's going to be Mayfield covering at the 31-yard line. Really thought they'd blow the whistle on that one. They did not, as Jaggers was wrapped up, still trying to pick up what yardage he could, has the ball taken away, hits the ground and covered by Mayfield at the Tiger 31-yard line.
He actually had his back to the defensive line, and somebody just really rammed him in the back, causing that fumble.
So the turnover stops the clock at 5:59 left to go in the ball game, and Mayfield looking to blow this one completely open. But, Bob, I really thought that should have been blown dead.
I agree.
Flags on the play, and I think Mayfield jumped on this one. Legal motion on Mayfield. It's going to back them up 5 yards. And Caldwell County really going to have to come up with the turnover. No scores by the Tigers here in the second half. Mayfield a couple of quick ones in the third quarter. It's Stinson. Looks over the middle. It's complete at the 28. Tackled down at the 21-yard line. That's number 19. Stinson gets it up to Diaz Perry. Perry with the touchdown catch earlier in the ball game, and it's a first down for Mayfield. As this one's taking the script a whole lot like the one 2 years ago where Caldwell County played it close at the half. And it was all Mayfield second half pretty much tonight. All Mayfield here in the second half. It's going to be Stinson with a 2-back set. Flanker at the line too. Handoff is going to go to Marcasio Jackson. This time Caldwell County saw him coming, and they'll wrap him up for a loss. So you see that kid in the backfield, you pretty much know he's going to get the ball. A big kid. Caldwell County did a good job that time. Drives it all the way back
to the
23-yard line. Loss of 2 on the play. 2nd down and 12 for the Cardinals. Even 5 minutes to go here in the ball game. Mayfield leading this one 28-14. And it looks like a run set up again for Mayfield. Two backs in the backfield. It's going to be Matthews. He's going to try the right side, tries to get out to the end. Good pursuit by Caldwell County. Gets it across the 20, but not much after that. Good job by Bashir and Van Hoosier. Had a little help from Caleb Burden in on that tackle also. They're going to give him forward progress down to the 18-yard line. Pick up a 5 on the play. 3rd down and 7 now for Mayfield. This time Guthrie and Stinson in the ball game at the same time. Guthrie's going to go in at receiver as they send 2 receivers each way. Stinson in the backfield with Matthews. Stinson quickly over the middle, complete down to the 5-yard line. That's number 2 with the reception. Cade Needley for Mayfield with a quick hit right over the middle. And it's going to be 1st and goal for Mayfield from the Tiger 5-yard line. As this one just about to close.
Slowly getting
like
away.
On the Tigers.
Yes.
Look for a heavy dose of Matthews with 4 plays to run from 5 yards out. 2 tight end formation for Mayfield. Handoff goes to Matthews. He picks up 1 on the play. Nice tackle by Caldwell County's Gabe East on that one.
Gabe's played a really, really outstanding defensive game, as well as a lot of these Tigers.
Marcatio Jackson checking into the ball game for Mayfield. We'll watch him from the backfield, number 11.
2nd and goal for the Cardinals.
Connor Guthrie in at quarterback as Stinson comes out of the ball game. Heavy set line on the right side. Deep back is Jackson. Guthrie's going to keep it himself and walk into the end zone. Flags down on the play. We'll see if they bring this one back or not. And let's see what they call on this one. Referee's still talking it over. It's going to be a hold against Mayfield. That'll take the points off the board from Mayfield. Back them up to the 11-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and goal from the 11 for the Cardinals. Guthrie stays in at quarterback. He's going to go with an empty backfield. Guthrie, a fast kid, though. I think he's quite a bit faster than Stinson. Guthrie is going to keep it himself. Tries to go up the middle. Caldwell County snuffs that one out. That's number 63
Devin
Kilgore. Nice read on that one by Kilgore right up the middle.
Actually a loss on the play, back to the 12.
So 3rd down and goal now from the 12 for Mayfield. Stinson's going to come back in the ball game. Caldwell County desperately trying to hang on, but time beginning to be a huge factor for the Tigers. We're down to 2:20 to go in the ball game, and the Tigers trailing by 2 touchdowns. They've got to have a turnover and a score off of that turnover very quickly to stay in this one. Matthews in the backfield. Stinson looks to the end zone. He's being chased from behind. Caldwell County pushes him out of bounds. Good job by Kilgore again. Stinson loses yardage back to the 14-yard line. There's a flag on the field, but they're looking towards Caldwell to see if we're going to decline it. Of course, we're going to decline that one, as it'll bring up 4th down. A hold against Mayfield is going to be declined. Oh, they're marking it off, though. He gave the signal, Bob, am I just seeing things? He gave the signal that they declined it while the referee behind him was walking it off. And it is declined, 4th down.
Why? Yeah, let's.
And they'll bring it back to the 14. It was at
let's
the 14,
make sure they
right?
put it at the 4. Yeah, no, they put it at the 16. So actually,
16.
we actually pick up 2 yards on that, Dennis.
Like somebody just trying to get their steps in tonight here late in the
And
ball game.
it 4th down?
It is. It should be 4th down.
Yeah, it's 4th and goal.
And the officials call timeout. Coach Morris is even telling him it's 4th down. Here on the sideline, it looks like what he's doing.
Now they got to mark for 4th
And
down.
the coach from Mayfield stopped and corrected the official so he could get his field goal unit onto the field. They were going to give him an extra play. We've seen that once already this season, Bob. They were going to give him an extra play. They're going to spot this one at the 23-yard line. This will be a 33-yard attempt with 2:02 to go on the clock. Snap is back, almost blocked. This one's got plenty of distance, and this one is good. So with 1:57 left to go in the ball game, it is Mayfield 31, Caldwell 14. I think some extracurricular activity going on the field. Players kind of shaking hands after it's settled down a little bit, but very emotional game tonight. These two teams knew that each other was a very good team. Mayfield could not overlook Caldwell County. Caldwell County knew what they were facing coming in, facing the number 3 team in the whole state. But the field goal puts Mayfield up 31-14 and basically ices this one and will run Mayfield to 10-0 on the year. Caldwell County is going to go to 7-3 on the season and get ready for Edmonson County's Wildcats coming to Tiger Stadium next Friday night. We'll talk about that more on the Trilogy Performance Sports postgame show coming your way. Bob will have all of the game stats, and we'll look ahead to next week as playoff action starts all around Kentucky. Caldwell County able to host 2 at least at home. If they should win the first one, they'll be at home the following week again against either LaRue County or Union County. So stay tuned for that, and we'll go over everything before we leave here at Mayfield. But Bob, a good effort by Caldwell County, just too much Mayfield here in the second half. They brought the pressure early in the second half, able to get on the board, and Caldwell County has not been able to muster much offense here in the second half.
And you got to, again, the 3rd-ranked team in the state, you'd expect don't try to run it.
Received up front by Russ Bashir, and he's going to go down. A flag comes in from the side. Referee's still throwing flags like they're fresh. That one thrown right at the 40-yard line where Bashir was tackled.
That may have been a flag. I mean, one of the towels on our lineman.
No, or one of our foul face mask against Mayfield. So we'll take it. Minute 52 to go in the ball game, and Caldwell County is going to have it, should have it around the 45-yard line of Mayfield. And they are going to spot it at the 45. So 1st and 10, Caldwell County. Grayson County over Muhlenberg tonight, 35-14, and Graves County big over Callaway County, 53-31. Area scores brought to you by Brad Harrelson of Encompass Wealth Management. Jaggers stays in the ball game with Hollowell at his side. 2 receivers each way for the Tigers. Snap is back. Quick hit to Hollowell. It's complete, but he's going to lose yardage back at the 50-yard line. So they'll lose 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down and 15 now for the Tigers from midfield, and the clock ticking with 1.5 minutes left to go in the ball game. 2 receivers each way for the Tigers. Trace Olden, Travis Newsom near side. Play action by Caldwell. Quick hit in and out of the hands of the receiver East and intercepted by Mayfield. They'll return it out to the 47-yard line. Looked like maybe Guthrie on the interception. It is Connor Guthrie, the kid that's played a lot of quarterback tonight, makes the pick in and out of the hands of East. And that'll do it for the Tigers tonight, as Mayfield just has to take a knee a couple of times, and this one will be over. Game tied at halftime at 14, but it was all Mayfield in the second half. And a flag on the sideline. I'm sure that's some words from one of the players. The coach was trying to hold him back, but I think that was number 15 for Mayfield that got the flag thrown, and the kid's not even in the ball game. He's on the sideline. That's Brady Smith. So unsportsmanlike is going to march Mayfield back. Not that it matters at this point in matters of the ball game, but I'm sure the coaching staff not too happy with number 15 at that point. So they're going to mark it back down to the 33-yard line.
I don't think they moved the chains. I think it's going to be 1st and 25.
So we'll see if Mayfield goes into the victory formation. And it looks like Stinson's going up under center. I'm sure they will. So he takes a knee. And the clock running. Caldwell County trying to get a player off the field and another one on. But they'll wind the clock. Mayfield will take a knee a couple more times, and this one will be over. Stinson setting up in victory formation, just watching the clock, knows how much time he has to go. Good effort by the Tigers tonight. Comes up short, though, in the second half as Stinson takes the knee. And we'll see if they have to snap it one more time. And one more snap of the ball, and that will be it for this one. And they don't even have to snap it one more time. So that's the end of the ball game. It's Mayfield pulling away in the second half for the victory. Mayfield 31, Caldwell County 14. We'll be back with the Trilogy Performance Sports postgame show coming your way in just a few minutes. Stay tuned for that. You're listening to Tiger Football on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
At Morgan's Funeral Home, we're family owned and managed by people who care more about you